Assuming they've sent him to just go either watch middle and be their middle control. No, he just came up the backside. There you go. And just like go flying at people as the Kanaalkaan come up in a very well coordinated pitch. 3 from the side, and Scissors gets taken down. But the Funky Fresh. Oh no!
No, they got stopped. 1 point.
Yo, so if you are the Fish Fam or Little Whip right now, you have to send somebody to stop them. If that Infinity Blade wielder gets out of spawn and goes anywhere for 1 second, they will win. Somebody has to deny it. It is all on Torre. Anywhere he goes, it doesn't have to be the one near him. If he touches the middle, a singular, uncontested second will be the victory for them.
These are the final moments here, Sundown. Look at him, he's got a slight grin on his face. He wants to do it. Is this the point that he's gonna make it? Here it goes, he takes his stake. He does miss. He's going back for it now. His team's up there. All he has to do is swipe just a couple of times. Can he win this straight? He does not.
And as you watch, check the points on the right-hand side. Nobody is climbing up by the 12s. And as they did, Llama Record Go gets the control there, but Little Whip contesting them right back. Funky Fresh is looking to the contestant is going to the middle. Here's Tamoya. He knows just a second in there. Ninja! Can he get it?
Oh,
no, he doesn't. He has knocked down the impulse grenade. At the second he landed, knocks everyone out. No one's in there. Can he find it? And he does. That's it. His feet touch the ground. The impulse doesn't go off. Tamoya takes it for the Funky Fighters with some brilliant teamwork.
What an intense endgame, too. Get taken out at 999 points. Really, anything can happen in those final moments.
I'm telling you, I love the Sky Station Showdown. Waiting for people to start playing. The Funky Fresh Fighter right there celebrating with his team. You can see them just so excited, so happy. Let's take a look at this final replay. Now, again, we talked about the impulse being a great denial tool. Right there as the player goes down, sent back out, goes in, but misses the jump monster.
He almost had the flashiest ending ever. Just kind of diving in and wrapping it all up. But it was just good enough. Like you said, he only had to stay there for a bit. And even with the impulse bumping him out, that's it.
And I mean, you saw the impulse explosion the second after going off. The team's doing everything they can, but it was not enough to shut down the Funky Fighters. Tamoya, Hutu, Uzi, Gracias, incredible. Second match of the first set at the stage finals.
Yeah, you know what? I am a Funky Fighter rooter and supporter now. I'm rooting for them. I can't do it.
Okay, just gonna bandwagon right after. Yay, the next team who won. I'm their fan, but no, great performance coming out from them. And it's one thing we talked about, the adaptation that happens from match to match. On the record, it was like, oh, we're gonna stick to our game plan. That didn't work out.
Yeah, it really didn't in those end game situations. They really just kind of crept up and snuck and took the entire time.
They did, and they were able to make sure that they got time in the middle when Little Whip and that team weren't able to get their Llama Record Go, and Little Whip were going at it constantly. Funky Fresh were just able to step there.
Yep, and that's just kind of how it happens, you know? Now they find themselves one step closer to taking Silver Llama this year. Because remember, at the end of the day, these are just the games. They have to take the entire set. Now the pressure's on.
The pressure is on, but the Funky Fighters have a little bit of pressure off of their shoulders. They know they got that top spot. We have Pookie standing by on the top deck with the Poops. What do you got for us?
Thank you so much, Sundown. I am down here with our second game winners here. Congratulations, guys, first off and foremost. Now, I gotta talk about the moment where you guys were just sitting maybe 1 point left to win. What was that like?
I was really nervous. I was
I was screaming in my seat. I heard all the fans in the audience for you guys as well. So going into the next games, what do you guys think your strategy is going to be? Are you gonna keep doing what you're doing? Are you going to mix it up a little bit?
I think doing what we're doing is fine because first game we got second place, second game we won. So yeah, we're going to win again.
And hopefully you have more than 1 point. for sure. Now, just coming over here to you, what has it been like to be here at the Fortnite World Creative Cup, just playing in front of this audience, you know, hearing everybody cheer for you guys to win? What is that like?
It's fun. That's the only thing I can think of. It's fun. Compete against everyone else, meet your teammates, and just have fun.
And have you guys had a chance to play together before? Is this your first time playing together as a team?
I don't hear it, sorry.
Is it your first time playing together as a team?
Yeah, it's the first time.
Well, you guys definitely make it look super easy. Thank you all so much for being here and talking to you. I'm going to let you get back, get your synergy back together. Sundown and Monster, back to you up to deck.
Thank you so much, Pookie. And the Funky Fresh Fighters, I mean, their game plan has been solid. Second place, first place. Now, I understand why you might want to bandwagon a little bit, but I'm still going to hang out with my long friend go. But I want to talk about the changes we saw from match 1 to match 2 in terms of gameplay. And was it what you expected?
Definitely not. I thought this Saga team was going to come out here and crush it right behind Fish Bam. But as you can see, huge upsets. Anything can kind of go either which way. Talk about they didn't practice. They're just coming out here and wiping players up. So a lot of talented players here at the Creative Finals.
I mean, Tomoya talked about it. He was like, hey, when I pick my team, very confident there with their death run ability. Want to see what they do in the elimination race during World Run. But incredibly well so far at Sky Station. That could be a confidence boost because if you can get the silver llama there, and you're confident in your ability on the World Run, 100%.
Yeah, you're just one step closer. So with the first place and the second place, they're clearly having a good set so far here at this Sky Station show.
Yeah, it's been very well done from them, but it's still anybody's game. Don't forget, the winner of the Silver Llama is the one who has accumulated the most prize money across, which equates roughly to placements, but you don't get punished if you're placed in the bottom half, 4th through 8th, while receiving the same amount of prize.
Everyone is a winner, so you have to fight till the end. Regardless if you're in the league, this is why these guys are going for it, because this is life-changing prize money on the line.
And I mean, we've seen the difference 10 seconds in that center circle. 120 right there. It makes a huge difference, but enough of us breaking it down. We're going to throw it outside to Bala because he's going to show us what's up with the tactics. Bala, what do you got for us?
I'm out here at the Fan Festival. I don't have a bandwagon here, but maybe after this set I'll have to hop on somewhere with Monster. We got a ton of awesome action. I've been watching it, and I have to show you guys what went down in that first and second games. Awesome. First off, the Llama Record Company started off with an amazing take, cohesiveness on the point. Every single time they went up here, they were going from 2 sides, 2 angles, and the sword approach at the center, but made sure that he was the most important person not to go down. You see there, Hand of Blood and his teammates all backing up. He's going to have to engage the side. Fight really easy for him. Down immediately as he realizes his teammates are up on the point, about to get up, about to push the ramp. He comes up from the side, slices and dices, but meanwhile, they ended up falling down the leaderboard. If you look at it now, where they're at, they're only in second place. Fish Fam was ahead of them. But all while Scissors was dancing and talking all the smack, telling his teammates to try to get the crowd involved, it was Llama Record Company making the plan, making the play to get in towards the center. Absolutely amazing take in the center on this first game. Led to Hand of Blood staying in that point and absolutely dominating with the super point there. Guys, 2 matches down on Sky Station Showdown, 1 more to go. We'll see where Monster lands at the end of this, and I will maybe join you on that bandwagon. Guys, take it back.
That's starting to get a little awful crowded, man. Real quick, you guys hop on those bandwagons, but as you said, there is 1 more regular Sky Station Showdown match in this set. We will see it again later in the remix version during the Golden Game, and it's been so fun to watch the difference of players. It's very strong in this place, how the pictures end up coming, and now in this 3rd match, it's only going to get better.
Guys, definitely want to see some more of that kind of teamwork happening here, and why not just hop right into a game right now, right? Let's really see some more action here because this last game of the set is loading in right now.
Yes, and this will be the final match of this set. Set 1 after this, a Silver Llama will be awarded, and we are in the match. It's Sky Station Showdown. Set 1 about to be over, and here we go.
Alright, gotta love those players just kind of beelining out. And don't forget, you know exactly who your neighbors are. You know who is to your left and to your right because you can see the banners and the designs on their spawns. And nice look at our captains right there.
And right now, finding range, they're able to use their first 5 materials, next 5, so it does a double jump, boom, right to the top, chicken champions. Excellent champion.
Yeah, this is what matters right here, is stopping the funky fighters because clearly they have been doing some good work together as a team so far. Tomoya is off to the races here though, sent to run away. And the Sunshine Soldiers come back, and the Color Crew make a big appearance for themselves. It can go any way depending on who has the most victories, really the best.
Yeah, so currently you will see the back off right there. Shot down towards the front. You don't want to peek though, because the hunting rifles will be coming out in the shot. Just misses Carnifex right there. And he trades back down. They're just firing it off, but gets pushed out.
Carnifex having a tough time kind of listening in there. Carnifex was sniped from the side. Now we have Taldak here jumping right in from the Little Whip Warriors. He's going toe-to-toe. Otaga's down and out.
So, if I'm the Llama Record Company, and I know I've won a match, and then I did okay in the last one. They were in 4th, so they were there. They're close. Funky Fighters have a win in a 2nd place. Do you send somebody to just hard deny the Funky Fighters the entire time? You don't get the Silver Llama if you don't. Right? If the Funky Fighters finish above you, they're going to be finished off. Do you think they can spare somebody to do that, though? Because it's better off to deny them than it is to push up the top.
Yeah, but the problem is that the Little Whip Warriors have been so consistent, you literally allowed them to snipe the competition because you over-focus. So I think the play here is play your game, and if anything, stay away from them. Let the rest of the server do that. You know, gritty work for you and dominate the other side. Take that victory.
There you go. I like to hear it, Monster. That's fantastic analysis. Why we keep you around. The breakdown and making sure you challenge the initial opinion there as the Ravens Revenge are able to get on the top and in a fantastic spot of control right now, building up a 40-point lead.
Yeah, even like Otaga's team is still in this. They were doing like relatively well so far. Here it is. He just kind of goes toe-to-toe with Ninja. Starts him right down. Oh, but hey, his teammate comes on in. Ravens Revenge. Who's that? Magma comes right up to the top. And you guys, a little fun fact about Magma. He's from Australia. He started playing in Fortnite Season 2. His favorite aspect of creative mode is actually speedrunning. He finds new ways to kind of take it.
I mean, good on him. And I get incredibly frustrated by that, but then watching these guys do the speed runs and how quickly they go and how efficiently, it just reminds me why we're up here talking about it and watching them do this creative madness as Scissors cuts through the competition, goes straight up the way, not quite able to get him. He goes up again, so right now just denying the cuddle through the points, but we talked about how we want to see more from them right now, pushing it to the top.
Yes, the Cuddle Crew, come on, make the big appearance. Every game is worth so much. You, at the very least, want to be up in that top 4 contestant so that you can take a little bit more home with you. Here it is, Ninja. Disengages, actually just takes down Magma. And hey, I like the strat here. He says, you know what, I got low health, let's just get back on this respawn wagon. Doesn't even give anyone the satisfaction of stealing the siphon.
I was about to say, no siphon, no materials, quick reset, no shooting out there, was basically in the spawn anyway. That is the type of competitive edge Ninja always looks to give himself.
I love that. That was like 200 IQ. Low-key right there. It was very well played. But back to Gotaga. And Hand of Blood here in the same shot. Blood. He can't do much. He knows there's a team up there. Waits for his entire squad to go up the ramp. And then pops right to the top. Now back to Gotaga, who's on this point by himself. He wants to kind of bait him into the close. Can he get the hit? And he does. Gotaga goes right down. Straight to the top.
That was sick, using the jump right as the animation had started to make sure he clipped him off the water, dodged the Funky Fresh Fighter out. Gotaga now getting pinned from the side, 3 of the Funky Fresh Fighters up there doing everything they can, and the shots will come out. Trying to find it, and Dracian coming back up to try and get some defense there for Gotaga, and then just gonna disengage.
It's actually prime movement right there as well. You just see him baiting and switching, going back and forth, trying to get in there, see if he can kind of sneak in and get some extra damage. And here it is, someone's in front of him. He only needs 2 swipes. He goes down, he gets the siphon. Oh, cannot convert another. His teammates are here though.
a lot more points being scored. It's a little more top-heavy this game, going towards the 10-minute mark right now, with Raven's Revenge and Llama Record Go 100 points clear of the rest of the field.
Unfortunately, though, the Monkey Fighters have fell to the bottom of the totem pole. If they can't come up to the top, they actually are pushing themselves way out of the average, running for the win of this set. So they really need a massive comeback here. But Savenos is showing why he's here with 13 eliminations already, and bye-bye, falls down. Lucky for him, no more damage.
Yeah, it does reset, and that might be one of those moments where you opt for deny, and in fact, he does saying, hey, I'm at 5 HP anyway. I'll see you in a bit. I gotta respawn.
Smart play for him. Sunshine Soldiers having a spot to themselves as well right now. Not quite sure who they pushed out here, but the impulse are flying overhead. And Gotaga, they're doing so good at holding the point here, and this is why they're in the #1 lead. They don't have too much cushion to play with.
No, particularly when 12 points per second on the central point is open. Gotaga checking his surroundings. No shots. Hard to actually use the door heading to just the counter edit. Making sure that nobody is able to cross down towards the Little Whip Warriors. Raven's Revenge making their lives difficult this game. Up comes Ninja. RTA goes down. Chappie goes down. Ninja gets the slam. Gotaga will he be able to find the last hit? Ninja intelligently backs away and strafes it out. Teammate picks that one up and they get control.
Yeah, I love how he played that, stepping and sidestepping so that he can just stay alive, because it doesn't matter if your team successfully wipes a point. If you don't have your captain there to seal the deal for the point afterwards, then you cannot earn anything from it. Here comes Gotaga. He's thrown himself into the fire, straight into the point there. He gets taken out. Here it is. Tomaya's team has fallen to last place. Can they make a miraculous comeback here before the 7-minute mark? Maybe kind of get themselves in the running. They're trying their hardest.
And I mean, generally we talk about massacres, it might be like player jinxes going on right now. Everyone's saying, yeah, we're doing well, we're going to stick to our game plan.
He needs one more swipe there, but Clitax wins the small engagement.
And Clitax has been bragging out, he's been playing so incredibly well, being aggressive, hitting in players' faces, doing it all with that rare attack. Consistently highest up there in terms of easy Porto, trying to get some pressure down, but good defensive building there from Corolla. Ryan Francis comes up the side and cleans it up, but there is Hand of Blood directly down. Danya is also up there. We got a 3-way battle, but it's 4 chickens saying, this is our roost, get out.
That's right, coming right up. Doing so good right now. He's from Spain. He actually has a record on, was it YouTube for live streaming? 1.1 million viewers, imagine.
Yes, one of the biggest content creators in Spain. Will they be able to push down towards the middle? As you can see, Little Whip and Llama Record Company already down there. We've seen this story before as the Funky Fresh Fighters go in. You can barely even hear the shots over the impulse grenades going off. And everyone's like, no, we've seen how this goes.
The Funky Fighters need this. The Llama Record Company need this. So many of these guys, it's riding on this game right here. They have to get as many points as possible.
But even with the 12-point one, we haven't seen a lead like this from Gotaga. They're nearly 300 points clear of the next team. Nobody else is contesting there. In their top zones, won't pass Raven's Revenge by just sticking with 3 points. They're in a fantastic spot to win this match.
Yeah, they've actually been very consistent as well, right? They've been doing okay in that top 4, just doing a pretty good job at staying relevant after all of these rounds. So if Gotaga's team takes this, we actually don't know who can take this set right now. It's actually that close right here. Little Whip Warriors have kind of fallen down a bit here, but Funky Fighters clearly in last place is not good.
And now, right now, you can see Tomoya coming in, doing everything he can to knock it down. Carnival. Lachlan is just hanging out inside the cone.
Lachlan's doing a great job here. He's just kind of hiding, loving the low profile kind of position and take here on the point. He was hidden, but hey, he has to come out now and defend themselves. It's 3 chickens who surround him and take down that Cuddle Bear. Oh, man.
They're supposed to be the tender defenders, but there's a whole bunch of aggression coming out from them there as they now immediately look and start to take shots. And the Ravens Revenge have now finally been unseated from their 3-point game. So a little bit of room to start for the catch-up, but it is utter chaos in point game. The Tomoya gets taken down, and the Funky Fighters are still in 8th place.
There's still 55,000 minimal on this game alone here. You want to win this one. Ravens Revenge, can they hold it? Or will Cuddle Crew find themselves a big piece of the pie here? Because we're in New York City, you know, you got to make the pizza references. That's how we're doing it. Here comes Gotaga kind of hopping on overhead. And all right, he wants more points. He's hungry for it.
It's unfortunate they're just clipping off the side as Magma goes down, sitting on 23 eliminations right now. And Kodaga doing his best to find where he wants to go up, waiting for his team, but knowing that time is running short since that middle hill is still open and being constantly contested. But the Cuddle Crew catching up with their steady 3-point game. But now Kodaga goes up right around the back, able to pick up the elim and control his rest.
This is scary because the Cuddle Crew is also getting points right now. So yes, they're winning the lead, but the Cuddle Crew is keeping up, keeping it very close. They're keeping it very close.
And this is what we were talking about. We wanted to see a strategy come out, something defensive where you can get your control. Walled them off on each side, thrown a cone on top of them, and they have firing angles towards the other two platforms and towards the spawns behind them. Nobody wants to go contest them, but right now, Gotaga, oh, we saw what happened when Scissors did that. Don't count your chances because they're catching up right now. You can see that 12 points ticking over, but they do still have a lead as players are trying their best to deny Ravens Revenge.
Yes, you have to keep him safe. This is the protect the president strat at its finest. Cuddle Crew still gaining points. Llama Records still getting points. In cuts the fire from all the other platforms. Cuddle Crew's putting on pressure. They don't want to give him the freebie here.
You have to look at Ravens Revenge, though. Everybody is so focused on the middle. Nobody is going to challenge the top team. You know they're over there. You know they're uncontested right now. You have to be putting shots down there. You have to find the tags under Gotaga.
There it is.
And they got him. They got him the difference now. Look at the Cuddle Crew climbing up on their consistent 3, but they still have control of the top. They just don't have their sword. It's 2 hops to get up there.
That's right. And now Lackland can just sit here. He can just hang out, earn these points. This is what he needs to do. He's almost there. He is almost there. The first place can be his right now. He can
but they got control at the same time. It's literally ticking over a half-second away from each other. Their shots are going. Cuddle Crew has the lead, though. Will the shot be able to go through? Yeah, 999, 1,000. Gotaga and Ravens Revenge in the closest nail-biter. In 2 teams who we said we wanted to see more, they brought more.
Are you kidding me? The Fish fam step up and shut it down. Just the fact they stepped on the point, they couldn't earn points, and they lost the lead. They were just a tick ahead. That could have been their game.
I mean, it's just, let's check out the replay. You can see the counter in the top right, but the Fish fam going up and challenging on the other side. You can see them hopping up there. No one was at the Ravens Revenge as soon as they were there, and the celebration too. You have to be excited when you see that victory royale screen pop up when you're up there. I mean, what's it like to win a game on that stage? I have no idea. Those guys do, though.
We you know, at some point before the day's over, we really got to recap the other point of a point of view there, because they had it. They were 1 tick ahead. They were there, knocking on the door, 55,000 away from bonus prize on top of this entire competition. It was right there.
They got taken away, and this is why I love Sky Station Showdown. The clutch little moments, the interactions that happen. Every single thing that is happening on the map can affect the overall end result of the game, as you see there in Ravens Revenge. Closing out, goes to the competitive veterans, able to clutch it up in the final moments. Magma, Arthur, and Chappie as well. Just a great performance out of them, taking the top spot in the final match of the first set.
Now I get to say, I was right the whole time. I started off with, Ravens Revenge, kind of making me feel like, hey, these are my guys. Just go with your gut, guys, all right? Thing. Told you.
He's not wrong. They were able to take it there, but we're going to throw it up top to an interview with Ravens Revenge with Zeke. Zeke, you there, buddy?
I am here, son. Thank you so much. Fun fact, Monster did in fact say Ravens Revenge would win. I am here. You guys not ask. First question to you, go to and the war and to be facing off against your peers. Was it what you expected?
Honestly, it's crazy, and I have a very strong team. That to be here, to be honest. I don't know how to describe it. Like,
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy being here. I'm right there with you. All right, so now who's the overall shot caller? Is it Gotaga? Is it you? Who is it?
Kind of all four of us. We were playing too afraid at first, so we just had to just go in there and just kill them as fast as we could, and then spawn trap. That was cool.
Okay, what's the strategy like? Are you guys talking from the beginning? Are you guys waiting for someone else to make a move? Or are you guys like, no, we're going in first?
Yeah, we're trying to, really pressure Ninja's team. We're trying to put pressure on that green point. And yeah, we were able to control it over them. They ended up pushing off over to the center. And yeah, we were able to play our game and play what we wanted.
Awesome. All right, final question. What do you want to say to all the fans that are here watching, cheering you guys on, and from home?
I don't know, it's just incredible. I'm happy that so many people are here. I don't know, just enjoying the show. It's amazing, honestly.
Well, congratulations, guys. Now, I believe for now, we're going to turn over to Golden Boy, who is standing by.
Going on there, and now what we're doing right now as they walk over, brilliantly done there. RTA, Magma, Chappie go through. Teamwork from them was just on point. You talked about it. All four strong players from Gotaga, and they're happy with the final result, and that puts them immediately into contention. The prize pool to find out who will take that first silver llama and kind of get a leg up of the creative final.
I actually want to touch on something that, was kind of interesting. He called Ninja's capture point the green point. These guys are like that focused here. He's like, okay, we know who's kind of farming which ones, and they're shutting players down, shutting down their competition so that they can take these sets.
Well, that's the next step, right? As soon as you're immediately in there, and that's the big part for Sky Station that I enjoy, is you have the ability to see where the other opponents are in relation to you for score. So if you want to go and try to make somebody's life difficult, you might not be maximizing your points, but denying the other guys and being like, hey, you don't get to play this. And occasionally, if you put enough pressure on them, maybe they default to rotating the other way. Maybe they go somewhere longer. Maybe they have to wait. It only pushes forward. All of those are advantages you can get by just putting pressure on another team. And there's so many different layers. And I think when we see the remix for this, it's going to get even more exciting.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, here and at home, there's a remix version. We have some nice twisted surprise that we will see unfold as the day goes on. That was just our first iteration of this round, and honestly, it was a great set. But that just leaves us with the question, too. The Funky Fighters, they had an amazing opening, right? Second place is great. You get big prize bonus for that. You win game 2, and you kind of flop game 3. Depending on where they went, their average might have really been anchored down.
Yeah, that ends up being really, really, really harmful. But luckily there, if you're in the 4th to 8th range, there's no additional, I don't want to say penalty, because they're all getting $10,000 for the match in of itself. So there's just no additional gain after that fact. You're still able to so 4th would have been just as bad, but 8th you're kind of looking like, oh, that'll really bring down the average. It's not the worst case scenario going on there. So they should still be at least in the running, but you can't be comfortable. Like, not at all. It's so incredible, and now we're going to go over the stage. We have the results in your set. One winner, the last was not enough. The singular win in the double goes over to them. They will have that first silver llama, and there he is throwing it up, and I mean, you gotta be happy for him.
They did it. I thought maybe it wasn't enough, but it was. Love this celebration right here.
You kind of are like, it's a little, I don't want to say like bittersweet there, but it's like, oh, you kind of like get pushed out in the last game, and then boom, you get it. But now the silver llama, they're happy. They realize, and the big thing, that gives them a leg up for the rest of the competition. If they can win the next match, another team has to win both of them. But such a great job from the Funky Fighters, sticking to their guns, staying with the strategy, getting 2 top 2 plays finishes, one of them being a win.
I actually love this right here. They're all getting together, showing team harmony. They're clearly happy. They take the first set. That's amazing. They're off to the right start, really. They can get another 1 or 2 of those, and this entire creative finals is theirs.
Well, and again, we talked with Tamara beforehand, and he was like, yeah, we're really confident when we can get to the races. We want to be on that world run. We know we can do there. We have some really good runners, and then they turn around and do that?
I was just
showdown?
Yeah, I was just going to touch it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, this wasn't even their strong suit, right? He did a death run at some point. That's when he recruited his people for this creative challenge. So, for him to be what might be one of our, you know, toe-to-toe PvP sessions, that's actually crazy. And here's the team standings, Sundown.
Yeah, look at the final team standings. So Llama Record Code do just get edged out $1,500 there. The Funky Fighters, you can see on the right-hand side, have been awarded that silver. Rounding it out, you have Raven's Revenge in the top 3, Cuddle Crew and Little Whip Warriors, both at 55, sitting in 4th and 5th. Fish Fam, Sunshine Soldiers, I almost got that one, 6th and 7th, and then 8th there are the Chicken Champions. But this is set 1 of 4. There's still tons of creative games to be going on. I mean, it's been so good, and like we talked about earlier, we have a never-before-seen map and game mode for you guys. Now, I know we released Prop Hunt. It's something that's kind of similar to that. How many of you guys have played Red Light, Green Light at some point in time, right? You've been there, you've done it. I know, whether it might have been a little while ago. Junkyard Juke is a red light, green light prop hunt version where you will have 2 teams sitting up as guards, 6 teams running. You will rotate through every single one of the rounds, and here you can see how to win. You have to dodge those guards, sprint into the center, and incinerate yourself in order to get those points. There are 4 rounds per match, Monster, and how do they do it?
Yeah, but also, before we get there, you only get to be guard once, and while you're guard, you do not accumulate points. But yes, the points come in through the props themselves, so when you are on the right side, you want to choose small, medium, or large objects and try and get it to the incinerator under the guard tower. So it's actually really difficult, and like you said, it's a hybrid. It's a red light, green light, slash prop hunt style. This is a pretty tough game. I played a fair amount of it. I got my hands on it. It's actually a lot harder than it kind of sounds.
So it's something that is just completely different. I don't know how many of you guys have played Prop Hunt. Definitely check it out. It's on the Creative Islands. It's a lot of fun, but this brings an additional aspect to it. The guards are able to have the denial, able to plan their strategies, right? So hey, maybe I'm going to run all big props the whole time.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Tons of different things. Let's check out the format and see we're going to go through what the map looks like and really get an idea of how the game
Get ready for more creative Fortnite with the latest from Junkyard Juke. This new game builds off the fun of with 8 teams taking different roles on the map. 6 teams will transform into props and attempt to make it into the center of the map, while 2 teams of guards try to keep them away. Each team takes roles over the course of 4 rounds, each team getting 1 turn as the guards. Their objective? To defend the incinerator from the other teams, armed only with revolvers and their keen attention to detail. During each round, teams of props will earn points by reaching the incinerator in the central pit. The bigger the prop, the more points. But be careful. Being bigger means you're easier to spot. To keep themselves from getting eliminated, prop teams need to time their movements very carefully. Every few seconds, the guard teams will be blinded for a short time, and the center point turns green, giving the props a chance to run for the hills, or rather, pit. Once a prop is off, they respawn at their home base to start over, running as many props as they can before the match ends. If a player is eliminated, they also respawn at their home base and need to start the track all over again. After 4 rounds, each team's points from their prop rounds will be combined, and the team with the most points wins the game. So keep an eye out for those moving bushes, crates, and gnomes, and enjoy the Junkyard Juke.
Thank you so much, Zeke, for that update. That's Junkyard Juke, something that has never before been seen. It looks kind of a little simple, but it's wacky, it's fun. There's a lot of small little minutia that go into it, things you can min-max on, and also there's just a level of ridiculousness that I enjoy so much. Just seeing somebody turn themselves into a literal dumpster and then try and breathe their way. It's a lot of fun.
the memes come to life here as your favorite.
Bro, you talking about my gameplay again? God, that's so rude.
Tournaments of dumpsters, literally. See that unfold here. I gotta say, this is a frustrating game mode. It's very difficult. You guys are gonna see that for some of these guys to bring in those big. The name of it. Who's going to win here?
How well are you playing defense? How well do you coordinate? Who's watching the right angles? And it's, again, it's going to be interesting to see. Do they switch up their strategy after from game 1 to game 2? Because there's so many different things you can do. But we are about to have the world premiere of Junkyard Juke. We are getting into set number 2. The Funky Fighters have 1 silver llama. Who will get the second? We now are in to set 2, match 1, and right away, you can see Chappa, Botaga, Magma, and RTA of Raven's Revenge, and then the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, Taco, Taldak, and Hayes Kaz taking their shots off. Now, fun fact, the screens are there, you can't see, but you can shoot through them. So don't be afraid to take some shots. I mean, we know the trick shot is.
Yeah, some people are already shooting. They figure that part out. It looks like Chappie hasn't quite yet. He's kind of looking. He's just blind shooting. Oh, there he is. Now he's firing through. He's noticed, hey, these are not ricocheting off of this curtain here. I can fire right on through. So you want to stop him. You want to force stop him. You want to also kind of memorize the map in the lanes.
And right away, you can see as soon as the blinds go down, people go. But the first points are starting to come through as Lachlan is able to get in. And the Bloods team, the Llama Record Co. also able to get a 10-pointer and then a 5-pointer, following it directly behind. Oh no, it's another 10-pointer. So we already see some of the props having successful runs.
Look at him go. There it is. You saw a big old truck kind of sneak on by. And these objects are slipping right underneath. But who knows how long that'll last. Here's Scissors. You gotta park it. You gotta stay still. Oh, can he blend in?
And one other thing you can note there, the props will clip through other objects that are there. So if you see something that isn't sitting perfectly naturally like Scissors was, right there, clipped into it, boom, got him brilliantly done. Lachlan hits one of those bounce pads that are stuck in there. They will launch you up in the air, but great run coming out from X-Sandy and Tomoya, utilizing the air conditioners to find their way to the end. Benzor and Alex JJ desperately trying to get in. Alex JJ with another 10-point prop, and Hand of Blood gets picked up just before. That would have been a huge swing, but right now, Sunshine Soldiers in first place with 35 points.
They are finding their rhythm here. Sunshine Soldiers taking the lead right now. This is a hard game mode to break free in because you got to think about it. These cards are not playing around. They are shooters, right, at heart. And at the end of the day, if something looks off, something odd, like this white vent right here, you're just going to get popped. So you got to be careful here. And there it is. Nice job of, you know, kind of hitting the brakes here. And, oh, he hits one of those trapdoors. Let's talk about that, Sundown.
So you can actually see it. There is the little tiny springs. They launch you upward. There's a couple that can be chained into each other. But if you are one of those bigger objects and you get sent up, you are just quite literally sometimes flying garbage.
Yeah. But, you know, it would be too easy if we didn't lay traps around, right? So, you know, got to kind of spice it up for the people that are turned into props, too.
So you can also, actually, the people who can turn into props, there's one pathway where you can chain 2 of them together. So if you can get there, you almost land directly in front of it. So as long as you time it correctly, you can like use them slightly to your advantage, but most of the time they're a little bit more annoying. And boom, you can see that rusted truck going in. And now the Funky Fighters pulling out another lead, 60 points so far.
And this is something important to note, guys. You have to get it into the incinerator, fully processed before the timer counts down, or else your point will not be processed.
Which is a big thing on the min-maxing. What we mean by that is maximizing your efficiency. So if you were to get the most points possible, you run only 10 points the entire time. Not only because they're worth more, but they take less time to sort because they're the first one that goes through. The 2 2-point drops are able to run, I don't want to say relatively easier, but much easier compared to a dumpster and a card, particularly because you have cover. With that being said, take about an extra 3 to 4 seconds to sort, so it makes it that much less efficient, plus being only 20% of the point value.
That's right, so Clytax there has chosen a big object. Achin and Zond over here, smaller objects. They're kind of blending right into all of the dumpster trash. Clearly harder to track down and kind of, I guess, how do I say this? Sort out, right?
Yeah.
Amongst all the clutter here.
Exactly. You want things that don't stick out, or you want to find a path for an object that you can take all the time. So you notice how there's a section where there's like 4 or 5 rustic cars. Grab a rustic car and go park yourself with those, because yes, the guy knows, oh, there's a bunch of rustic cars there. Screen goes back up, oh, there's still a bunch of rustic cars there. I'm good. Next thing you know, the prop walks his way up. You can also, as you're running, walk rotation. So if you hit your crouch button, whenever you have that bounce, whether you're playing on controller, iPad, PC, all of them end up completely stopping, so it will send you totally naturally, just like what you would see.
And this is also those moments, right, when you're in the guard, oh, someone spotted there, popped him. Tomoya, nice job seeing something out of the ordinary, but notice, he gets an elimination on the object. You don't earn points for that, so it's just your top job to stop everyone from getting any kind of points. They don't break away with the lead. If you're in the guard tower, you can't allow them to score, and you're not scoring.
Which can end up being very interesting. If you're in the lead, which generally happens because you have 3 chances to score, is shooting last round, right? Because that is all about how good are your pressure. And one other thing you can see, starting to fire through the screens, very well done for them, picking up an elim there. But right now, Cuddle Group already wresting the lead away. All 3 of them sitting there at 60, but they're 5-point processes, and it goes through as 2 more dumpsters throw themselves into the fray.
Yeah, and that's because the Funky Fighters cannot earn points here in the guard round. The Sunshine Soldiers using this opportunity once again to just break away even closer to taking lead. And the Chicken Champions can't earn anything either.
I love that from Clitex. Right away, hides himself behind the box, and you see his hands. He's like, please, please, make sure it's not there. And then, boom, gets the point, gets a nice little selfie going in. And you can see all of them getting sorted there. Another way, I'm all about the min-maxing. Point your camera towards the end. You go just a little bit faster.
Sundown pulling out the strats here. The question is, can our competitors figure it out fast enough with their limited amount of games here? But 20 seconds on the clock. Can he get this in time? Remember, you gotta grab the dumpster, drop the dumpster, and get it processed. That was perfect.
That was so good by Stuart000 because he dodged the little springboard there. You saw him look at it and be like, oh, no, I'm good. And that was the last run. None of these props are going to be able to get sorted. Lachlan gets picked out at the end. You can see 3, 2, 1, but not going to be enough. You need to get all the way through and sorted on the point as the rest of the denial comes through, and we're going to rotate the guards up again.
Yes, so we will have some new guards take their place. This is honestly Chicken Champions' opportunity to start scoring some points and hopefully close up the gap here. The Sunshine Soldiers are now at the bottom layer of the guard tower, and the Fish Fam are at the top. So it is time to mix it.
My eyes are on the Funky Fighters right now. They are
doing great.
They're very close, and on top of that, they're the team with the Silver Llama. As we've talked about, they are so incredibly close, doing everything they can to push towards the top. And you can see they got a lot of elims too in the round where they were playing defense. So not a ton of scoring going past them, only 35 points off the pace. But what I'm shocked about right now is there is nobody running 2-point props at all. 0.
Tomoya is a genius. He was already spotted out for the statue. He kind of hit over to the side and said, you know what, I kind of got to wait here. I can't park this statue on the open. He's going to be hunting for me. And that's exactly what he does. Kind of sits it over on the side there, and that's how he earns himself another point. So they're actually playing very, very smart here, and that's why they've been doing so good at these competitions.
I think the guards need to be slightly more aggressive. There's is unlimited ammunition. You can't run out. If you think something is suspicious, or if you just want to take a shot at it, shoot your shot. Yeah. What's the worst case that happens? You miss. There's no accuracy stats going on there. If something looks suspicious, don't let it through. You're the guards, and you want to deny as much as possible. And again, every match is for $55,000 for the winning team. You want that, and that will lead into the llamas as well. You don't want to end up in that 4th to 8th spot. You want to push past your competitors as we see a whole mess of air conditioners going in, the water heaters in. It was fantastic for Raven's Revenge, and Llama Record Co. are also climbing their way up the leaderboard, 110 points so far.
Great job for the Llama Record Company. Alex, JJ, Carnifex, Venos, and Hand of Blood. This team is doing great right here as they seemingly inch their way to the top somehow, overtaking the Cuddle Crew. Which, by the way, Lachlan's team has been showing up here. It's good to see them, catch a little bit of domination here in this junkyard juke.
Well, like we said, the creative finals is all about celebrating the different types of creative skills. There's different ways to express that. We have the world run where it's there. We saw Sky Station Showdown, which shows off building in team tactics. And right now, Prop Hunt is all about min-maxing efficiency, working together, and hitting your shots.
Yeah, absolutely, because when you're in that guard tower, you don't have opportunity to miss. You let them score, they're going to break free and break away with the lead. Let's look at Svenos here. It's that bullseye, just kind of blending right in.
The archery target, there's a lot of them out there, but you need to be careful because they're slightly harder. And come on.
Uh-oh.
Really?
He's floating up
Really?
there.
You can see kind of like the look on his face. He's like, there's no way this works. And one other thing to talk about is orientation of your prop. So you notice he actually swapped his camera and pointed in the other direction.
Oh.
Unfortunately, was clipping into the trash bag there. But if you're running forward, your prop faces backwards. So you need to run and then turn, settle yourself. That's the best way. Or you orient yourself around the stuff that's near you. Because if you're facing in a totally random direction, that'll earn a bullet in most circumstances.
I love how aggressive they were at the final moments. The clock was...
You gotta go!
Yeah, the clock was ticking. They're like, you know what, we gotta get in here. But that was round 3 of 4 for this first game right here. And, you know, it's kind of going either which way. So if you've already had your shot at the guard tower, you're safe. You're good. You can keep getting points. But this is your last opportunity. If you're in a guard tower, that's all the points you got. That's it. They have to hold strong.
So this is where it really comes into mind. What does the scoreboard look like? So right now we can see right away Llama Record Co. is up there, and I believe it's with, I didn't see who that other team was. When we pan back over, we'll call that out. But Llama Record Co. is in first right now, and I think Cuddle Crew is with them as well. So it's typical that the top 2 would be up there, and it is. The top 2 teams are in the guard tower. So right now, everyone needs to unseat them. Otherwise, they will take this first match of set 2.
I'll be honest with you, it's a pretty big lead. That's a substantial lead. Whoever is left in the game, the Sunshine Soldiers, the Funky Fighters, the Chicken Champions, you got to bring these big items through and do it successfully with the limited time left in this round right here, because if not, it's going to be hard to catch up to that 150.
We're starting to see a little bit more consistency right there. And look at Svenos just shooting. He's just shooting everything. He's not worried in terms of going through there. Does hit one elim, fires the shots off, going through, trying to look at just anything that he thinks doesn't look normal. Anything that maybe not have been there before.
One of my favorite things, watching him just shoot the boxes like, what's that? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? He's just taking his shots. That's exactly what you got to do here if you want to hold this lead here. And that's why they're dominating. You can see the no hesitation really coming out of them, and that's why they have the lead right now. It's great. It's great that they're hitting his shots. It's great that it's been off.
But the Funky Fighters, we talked about it, eyes on them, already up to 120. One more 10-point prop will put them past. And of course, the Ninja there does get hit on the springboard, but gets in anyway, so just a little bit of time off. A great shot from Lachlan by Ward. I barely even saw that.
Ford Turtle from Australia hit a springboard, and Lachlan shut down. Fellow Australian brother right there. Very nicely done. You don't want to hit those springboards, man.
And now you can see 125 from the Funky Fighters. They're doing everything they can to overtake. They want this match victory. They want to keep the momentum rolling. But the Cuddle Group is doing a great job of picking up targets, running their timeout, getting some both right as they get out of spawn and before they're about to score, which the waste of time is even that much more efficient, but unfortunately not finding anything there.
Yeah, Lachlan is really not timing his kind of rotations and reloads properly. Notice he's not also utilizing the shooting through the curtain factor there. He's kind of holding himself back. You saw him a couple elims right there, but got to put that pressure down, lock down these lanes so that they don't just get like 3 rotations through, right?
And again, we talked about it a little bit. I'm very surprised nobody is consistently running 2-point props. You can get them in close to every run if you pick the right path and you take the covered angles. It's very difficult to stop them, particularly with the smaller hitboxes. But so far, we've only seen 2 scored.
I like that. Cuddle Crew right there, 130 points. This is their time. Cuddle Crew still doing really good defense right here. Oh no, but you know, cast first. I feel so bad. Chicken Champion comes out of nowhere, takes that one right away.
Able to get him there, and now the Funky Fighters 5 points out. Anything going in will be enough, and the time ticks over. They didn't get it in there. Oh, did they get it in there? They might have got the 5-point right at the end, but no, wasn't enough. Llama Record Co. on the defense says lock it up. Very good, brilliantly done from them. And that's what I'm talking about. When you're sitting there on defense, you know exactly how long you need to keep them out. Exactly what you need to do in order to take the victory. And no surprise there, the guys who are all about that apocalypse game mode, the creative trials, able to take home the very first match ever on Junkyard View.
Played valiant effort for everyone that participated in that run right there. And it was a close one. 150 points to the contender having 145. Just 1 point. One small radiator.
And this is what I'm talking about, where if you had one person who is running just 2-point props there and got their successful runs at the end, they would have it. That's 3 successful runs. That takes about a minute, and you could have collected it.
So go ahead.
Nobody opted to do it.
Maybe some of these guys need a little help here. Let's redo this. What would you suggest here, Sundown?
I don't want to say suggest, but I had an opportunity to play a decent amount of it. I'm a big fan of kind of adjusting based off of the scoreline. So if you're seeing you're able to consistently keep running 2-point props, get the guaranteed points. If somebody's playing really good defense and you're not getting 10-point props in, you need to pivot away from that strategy. Because getting any points at all is better than none, and particularly if you waste a run on a dumpster where the entire time you're going and then you're stopping, and then you're going and then you're stopping. Eventually, even if you get all the way to the end, sometimes it's not enough, right? And then you've wasted that 35, 45 seconds, 3 rotations to get just there, whereas you could have grabbed the burger, grabbed the bucket, and ran the entire time, weaved around, trying to like catch a good area, as we saw with the statue, able to hide around a corner. So would love to see in the next match a little bit more, I don't want to say like determination going into it, but be a little bit more deliberate.
That's right, but let's go on and hear from some of the deliberate actions over with Zeke, down with our winners.
What's up, guys? I'm hanging out with the Llama Record Company. They took away the prop hunt 5-point lead. You guys locked it up at the very end. And I'm going to start with you. And one person I want to call out specifically is this man right here, Svenos. Very tall, tallest man on the planet. It feels like this guy is a very good pick for your team. And I want to know why him, and then also why you picked these other two.
Yeah, I mean, I picked all those guys because this game mode is all about skill. There are no random things in it. You need good aim, you need decision making for sure. And Svenos, I mean, he's like a Spandau. He really likes Spandau. That's kind of the best city in the world. And that's why I picked him first, for example.
Okay, now Svenos, I'm going to put you on blast for a second because we've known each other quite a while. You know, I'd like to believe that your creativity is what allowed you to win. Let's think back to the time where you wore an entire green outfit and you danced and had a galaxy over yourself. Do you feel like that galaxy and that kind of creativity helped you get this dub?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
I think people at home that watched, you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go over this way now. What did you think about that game? Was it what you expected? Was it different? Did it catch off guard? Were you ready to just jump into it?
It's enjoyable. Once you get the hang of it, it gets a lot easier. You just got to work out who's good at aiming, which team's on the tower, and after that, you're good.
All right, final question. Do you think you have what it takes? Are you gonna, is the Llama Record Company going to be the team? You think someone else is standing in your way, or is it all you guys?
I think it's going to be all us, yes.
There you go. Man, a few words, that's all they need. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Best of luck going forward. Back to you guys on the desk.
Thank you so much, Zeke. Another brilliant performance there coming out of the Llama Record Company. We talked about their versatility. We talked about how quickly they pick up competitive matches. But this is what happened in the first set, right? They were there. They were confident. They're like, yeah, once you get it, it's easy. And then all the other teams immediately caught up. So it'll be very interesting to see if that same story from set 1 is what's happening in set 2.
Yep, that's right. Alex up there said it best. You know, he had the confidence. He felt good in those final moments. Hey, you know, once you figure out who's aiming, maybe just avoid him.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody is hitting all their shots, you need to take a different route. You can't go and continuously challenge them because, again, we talked about that. If you waste all the time to run through and the guy hits a lucky, or I don't want to say lucky blind fire, but a consistent blind fire through there, don't keep running that way. But like we said, this is the first time seeing the Junkyard Juke mode, and we talked about the prop hunt mode earlier, but you can play it live right now in-game. There's an LTM that's available only for this weekend. Let's check it out. Like we said, you can check that out live in client. It's an LTM that is available only for this weekend. And Monster, do you have a chance to play prop hunt?
Well, all week long now, I finally really got to experience the prop hunt. And before this, I kind of heard you guys talk about it. I was like, is that something I want to try out? But no, it honestly was very fun.
There's so many just fun moments, but the ability to then push it to a competitive level. These guys are doing great, but we're now going to get into match 2 of set to the second time you will have seen Junkyard Juke and let push on. The match is about to start. Here we go. The creative finals at the Fortnite World Cup. Set 2, match 2 of Junkyard Juke.
That's right. So in the tower, we have Ninja's team, the Little, Whip, Warriors, Taco, Gaz, Caldoc. We're jumping straight into their POV. So notice Ninja firing right through those blinds. He saw something moving back there. He's trying to pinpoint. What was it? He does, of course, track him down with Sport Turtle, who just a little pixel. You know, you stand out, you're going to get popped here.
He needs to make sure he's still watching his left-hand side, though, because there is a whole run on that corner right now where people would be able to come out, and now all of a sudden you see Alex JJ, Tyler, Ryan Fanta, MSYB all heading that direction. Nobody is checking that corner. He's checking it every now and then, but he's primarily aiming on the right, and Brent, as I say that now, looks back on over as the rush comes through, but MSYB and Rubius are able to get in. Brilliantly done from them, getting the first points on the board as the Funky Fighters, again, are able to pull out to a decent lead.
What do you think? Would you rather be up in the guard tower first and kind of get that out the way? Or would you prefer to kind of jump in as a prop and get your points first?
So for me, it depends if I can get a lead. If I have a lead, obviously I want to be a guard tower at the end because I'm very confident in my ability to just spam shots in the right direction because I know like I can find the sight line and all that. With that being said, if you can get in the guard tower early and you do incredibly well, it gives you the bonus. You know how many points you need to get. You know how consistent and fast you can run. And right now we're seeing a lot more 5-point props than last round. People consistently trying to get those in, recognizing, hey, they're a little bit quicker. People are finding their angles now. But as I say that Achim with the Sunshine Soldiers gets in that truck and 10 points going over to them and 15 actually as a 5-pointer got sorted right at the same time.
That was perfect. Yeah, and the Sunshine Soldiers had a great last run. Achin and his crew really pulled it together. They were at the top for a while there, but in those final moments, we saw the Chicken Champions take away and kind of break away. And now, look, no surprise, Chicken Champs, they're feeling it. They found their rhythm towards the end of the last one. If they carry that over, it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, and you can see Carnifex hits the jump pad twice over there, doing everything he can to not get hit, and he does get the teddy bear in.
Ooh.
10 points going through, and Clytex gets picked right at the edge.
Right through the current. Taco is like, you know what? I'm going to check the close area. Look at how Chappie's doing it as well. He's actually eliminated 9 props so far, so he is really firing away here, trying to see if anyone's trying to make a mad dash while the curtains are up, and Sandy gets caught right there.
Good shot right away. 20 seconds left, so players need to start running if they're going. Good shots coming out from Trappy to get it there and get the reload off. Saw the truck over on the side. Game plan, 5 and 10 point drops all the way.
That is the way to go. Inch your way up and over to that victory there. But that was just the first round of 4 here. Round 2 is going to begin. What's going to happen now is, again, the guard tower is going to mix up. We're going to see new players in the guard tower, and then the other players that were previously in the guard tower back on the prop floor.
Yes, you get 1 round in the guard tower, 3 rounds of running as the props, and you can see right away now you have the Funky Fighters up top, and the shots will go out as soon as the blinds go down, not letting anything happen as the props march their way out of spawn.
This is fun right here. I love watching these trucks waddle about, really trying to find their way, and they see the light go to change, plant themselves down, and back out to the field here.
I've been desperately trying to avoid. Oh, there's no way. You're stacked on top of each other. Come on, you gotta shoot 1 of the 2. Shots are going towards it, but right now Zan trying to get that cuddly cute teddy bear into the incinerator. Not a sentence I ever thought I would say there, as the archer is now doing everything he can. Hits the bounce target twice and is able to convert as Magma gets another good run and sneaks in under the shots of Dresius.
That's right. This is just getting closer and closer as we have a 3-way tie now. The Fish Fam, Llama Record Company, the Cuddle Crew, all at the top here, and it's still a very close game so far. Dan Yan right here from the Sunshine Soldiers peeking around, using that camera angle, trying to see when it's time. Wants to waste no time here. Bat, it goes down and off to the races she goes. Will it change? Yep. Actually, stops early too. Says, you know what? I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to stop before the curtain comes up.
And she has to be having a blast right now. She says one of her favorite things about creative mode is kind of the wacky and wanian situations you get into, particularly like prop hunt. So this must be a game mode that she's doing incredibly well and enjoying herself in. As you can see there, her team is able to get a couple of props in there. Gotaga and Clytex try to make the final little sprint. Hand of Blood gets another.
Does his truck wrong? He didn't miss though. Good for him. Bad aim at that moment right there. Gonna allow him to sneak that big 10-point. No! He can't save it now. Right there. 10 is huge in this mode too. It's very difficult to get the vehicle all the way through. I mean, it's swinging, right? If you think about it, the last round was 150, right? So if you put these into a 10-point rocket, that's not a significant percentage. That's going to be what helps your team.
How did you get me use that?
I see you wiggling a little bit there. Yoink.
Bronza, Chassis, and many others still in the running here. Around Tyler, shooting straight through the curtain. It almost looks like he's beelining his shots down the aisle there, trying to see if he can get anyone trying to exit out. Dan sees one pop up in the air, and I think he might have put that person out.
Nobody was watching that side. This fan needs to communicate better right now. Nobody was covering that other side. They saw him able to get a decent run out. But right now, on the record company, 6 points, but don't forget, on top right now are the guards, which means they're not scoring.
So fast. Ryan Bronza is so fast here with this prop. Even moving it, he doesn't care. He's going all the way for it. He's got to watch for traps. See the fear? He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. I'm going to wait here and get the secure
If you're only staring out in one direction, it's super easy to be like, no, that car was not there. I know it wasn't. If you're flipping back and forth across that corner piece, it just breaks up your field of view a little bit more, and it's that much harder to try and figure out what's actually going to hit.
That's right. Oh boy, this Shueib going to be able to sneak this huge chuck in? Oh, he actually hit something there. He's going to sneak it right underneath Lucky Brad. The shot did not come back in time. Just that big archery target was almost enough to kind of block him right there. Then also gets another large object in as well. That's another 10-pointer for the Llama record. It was fully processed here, so now he's got 30. And the Cutter Crew hold the lead here, though. Can they secure it? All the Llama record company needs to not score right now, and they'll continue to kind of stay in the lead.
And you can see Scissors hitting a ton of shots. They're trying to get the retribution as the guard, and now we're heading into the final round of match number 2. So we're starting to see what the stakes are and who will be able to take that #1 spot. Again, first place, $55,000, that much closer to Silver Llama number 2. Again, we have the Llama record go up on defense. Check out that scoreboard in Cuddle Crew, Llama record show. First and second, who will be able to overtake them, and they're so close to 5 points separate. It's a battle for first and second now.
Yes, Lackland and the rest of his team are trying their hardest. They have to stop people from scoring. The Chicken Champions get up. They can just easily snag this away, but for now they know the Llama Record Company cannot. They can't take them over.
Ooh, I thought he was going to shoot that card. It wasn't. Nice. Finds the box right around the corner and then gets another one right after. Blind fire through the shade as Rubius is looking to post up there. Spanish YouTuber trying to find a way in, trying to lead his team, and they've overtaken the Llama Record Co. with plenty of time and are tied with the Cuddle team. Any singular point now will put the Chicken Champions as our match 2 winner. They need 1 point.
That's right, they're so close here. Magma trying to hop on over. Who's it going to be for the Chicken Champions? Who's going to be?
They have the scoreboard in front of them. They know they need only that. Do you think they run one in, or do you think they stay with what they're doing right now?
Honestly, I think they're just going to stay with what they're doing. It's working. Why break the formula here? They have over a minute to do so. And just like that, they are going to get in.
Yes, brilliantly done. And they're overtaking them. And now the question is, can the Little Whip Warriors get enough in to catch them? It's a 25-point spread. You can get that. You have 4 runners. You can get that in a single run if you're well coordinated enough. Will they be able to catch up, or can the Chicken Champions edge it out and be our match 2 victors?
That's right. The Cuddle Crew is now bumped out. The Chicken Champions are holding it. Little Whip Warriors have scored, though. 1 minute left here. Uh-oh. Raven's Revenge coming up as well, as is the Fish Band. This is actually getting closer than we would have thought. They're close to pushing out the Cuddle Crew and the Llamas.
Yep, and Little Whip Ninja also getting the 5 points there. Will be able to overtake. Don't forget, you don't want to end up 4th to 8th. It's all about at least breaking into top 4 to get a little bit of the differentiation there in the prizing. But the Chicken Champions are pulling ahead. They're keeping that 25-point difference so far between the Little Whip Warriors. Little Whip needs to find a run with 10-point props in these last 30 seconds, or they're not going to get it. Meanwhile, Bensor running that statue in, trying to lock up everything he can for the lead, and he's being extremely patient with it. Taking a corner run, finding everything he needs to do. Little Whip does get a 5 and a 10, and they're still now only 20 points behind, but Bensor is going to be able to lock that one up from there. 5 points, 25, 15 seconds left. The Chicken Champions are sitting pretty.
Yes, that's right. If the Little Whip Warriors don't score big right now with all big props, it's going to be all over in 3 seconds. Enough here because the Chicken Champions, they actually pushed the lead even further.
Did you see what happened in the last second?
They did score.
No. Raven's Revenge grabbed the 2-point prop, hard ran all the way through, got it in, right? And then that pushed them from 4th into 3rd. When we talk about every little interaction mattering, that was it. But the Chicken Champions, one might be able to say that was excellent. They were able to tend to defend that title for the match 2 victory and putting them in a good spot to contend for the set 2 Llama.
You can see the excitement there on their faces as they just realize, hey man, we got this. We're in the running here. The Junkyard Juke could be ours.
And you can see they're still talking gameplay right now. Like, they want to know, what can we do more? That play you did right there was awesome, but they want the next one because there's 3 matches for each one of the sets, and a win there would put them in a fantastic spot to get the 2nd Silver Llama. You need that in order to be in contention, and if they're able to split it up away and deny it from the Funky Fighters, field's wide open.
Yes, it's not over yet. That's just another team who takes the victory here, making it that much closer of a running so far. And we saw the Ravens' revenge kind of sneak up too. You need as many points as possible. The bigger the placement, the better the prize as well for the round. So you can't just give up either. You got to push it all the way to the final.
And hey, hats off to whoever's call that was on Ravens' revenge. That was a brilliant decision, showing exactly why you're able to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals, why you're playing on that stage. Those are the big plays, but again, brilliantly done from the Chicken Champions. Consistent runs, stuck to their statues, stuck to their routes, and took the corners. And now we're actually going to have a chance to talk to our Chicken Champions, the Match 2 champions. Zeke has them up there on the top floor. Zeke, what do you got for us?
What's going on, guys? I'm hanging out with the Chicken Champions, guys. That game was insane. Feathers were flying, and you guys clutched it up. Did you figure out the strategy? Because you guys were well and ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, we practiced yesterday, and everything is thanks to this guy. This guy always goes for the 10 points, always, and he always gets it. So thanks to you, man.
All right, then I'm coming to you, Mr. Carey. What was the strategy? How did you get the 10 points in there? Was it the same every time? Did you switch things up?
Yeah, go for the 10 points each time and do the same strategy, and it seems to work.
So in this intense game of red light, green light, were you like stopping early, or were you just like going as far as you could go and then waiting for someone to spot you and stopping, or what was your plan?
I'm taking it very patiently.
Yeah. All right, now over to you guys. What do you guys think of this game mode? Has it been everything you thought it's been?
Yeah, it's great. We had a game plan. We definitely did what we came to do, and yeah, that's what we expected. So.
Very well executed. You did not lay an egg. All right, final question for you. I want to give you the chance to tell the world, you know, all the fans something. What do you want to tell them?
Thanks for the support from Spain for the other world, and my team is it's good in this mode, and will we win the next match?
There you go. The excitement is real, gentlemen. Congratulations. Best of luck going forward. We're sending it back your way.
Brilliantly done there from the Chicken Champions. Thank you so much, Zeke. They're excited to be there. They stuck to the gameplay. And shout out to Bensor. The one thing he was looking forward to on this trip, he wanted to play in front of a big crowd. He got that moment, running through, securing that for the Chicken Champions. And immediate El Rubius turned to him and was like, it's all him, man. He put the team on his back or put the team in his dumpster. I don't know. That normally that wouldn't be a good thing, but in this circumstance, hey, it worked out for him.
Yeah, another prop to Kyoto as well. The only, or one of two controller players here, you know, in the creative finals. So very nice of him to kind of represent for those guys as well. And again, just showing that hey, he's got the moves out there.
He had the moves, was able to find the right angles, and now we've seen some developments from match 1 to match 2. Yep. What was the big thing that stuck out from you that was different?
In that last one, honestly, finally seeing someone pick up those 2-point props, right? Using those are points right there. But with that, we'll jump over to Bala. We'll take a fun look at some of the things that developed in our last few moments.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, the Junkyard Juke is developing nicely. Everybody's starting to figure out what all the different tools and props they have available to them. So with that, we're going to hop into some of the tips and tricks that I've seen from the Junkyard Juke so far. We can roll the clip right now as all these players. The first thing I want to point out is there are these springboards. Unfortunately, Danyan gets picked out of the sky there. Not too happy about that. But moving on to Tomoya using the statue. This is one of the interesting scores I saw with the stanue, those higher point objects being useful. Scissors here with the springboard, the recovery, and just barely doesn't get into the incinerator at the last second. And then here we have Tomoya, we have, again, just an awesome run towards there, looking like a scene out of everybody, you know, crossing the street at the same time. Here's Tracius hitting some amazing shots through the black. And then he just continues shooting, just hoping that he can get a shot. This is the other team, the Cuddle Crew, doing the same thing, but then also synchronizing, making sure they have coverage on all angles. Finally, Tomoya made some amazing calls. We'll listen to them in a second, but this is what he did, always timing it perfectly so that he can get in and make sure that his teammates also go at the same time and make it into that incinerator. So we're gonna head and listen to what those communications were like from Tomoya and team. In this one, they made sure the countdown was perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I got 10. I got 10. We are both. We are both.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop.
Oh, they kill me. If they don't kill me, I score 10.
Don't
1, 2,
Okay, I
3,
got 5, I
4.
got 5.
I got 10. No! He killed me.
Oh.
We are strong team.
Yeah.
I scored 0 in the second round, that's the problem.
I scored 0 in the first one, so.
Like, we are all close points.
There you go. The Funky Fighters, you know they won the first Silver Llama. We're going to see if they can win the next one. We've got one more match here on Junkyard Juke to go, and we'll see who will come out on top with the Silver Llama from this. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that great breakdown. Listening to the comms, that's one thing I hadn't considered. I always just kind of like, yeah, it's going to come up now. But these guys all on comms talking, have one guy counted out. That guy's just like a metronome, make sure he has it on the dot every single time. Brilliantly done from them, but will they be able to take back that top spot? We've seen them do it. If they can grab that Silver Llama, they'll be in such a good spot. But right now, they aren't seeing the same success they saw before.
Yeah, you want to get the Silver Llama, but to get there, you got to make a new strategy. I think that right there, there was a lot of information in that bit right there. You kind of noticed the team synergy, and he said something very important in his interview there. Talked about being patient. You really have to be patient. You can't let the frustration get to you. You saw Scissors very expressive on the cam. Just, it's hard to get the pointer, and that's what I talked about before this whole thing started. I said, trust me, this is a lot harder than you guys think. You might just, you know, oh yeah, I'll turn it into something and run it through. Nah, man, you're gonna get shut down.
But I mean, it's just like, if you think about it, it's the mental aspect that really comes with it. If you're able to frustrate somebody else, then they're that much more off their game. And these guys are all great at that, coming through from some of the Death Run qualifiers. It makes it that much harder. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. And again, don't forget, there is a fantastic, awesome event-specific merch starting here right now today on the 26th. You can also get it on retailrow.com. Make sure you celebrate the event. Remember it, grab some from your friends, your brothers, your family, people who couldn't be here, and celebrate the first ever Fortnite World Cup.
Yeah, you saw some of your favorite pros and competitors here rocking that new swag. Definitely loving it. All types of collaborations going on here. I love it when Fortnite releases new gear, you know? This kind of allows me to always spice it up.
I'm always a fan of anything Fortnite swag. That's pretty much like 98% of my wardrobe at this point. I mean, love the logos, love the bright colors, but enough from us. Match 3, set number 2, the final one on the original version of Junkyard Juke before we see the remix later on. Are you guys ready?
That's right.
And let's begin. The first round is underway. Match number 3, set number 2. Who will be able to incinerate the props the most? Who will push out to the lead? And can anybody upset the Funky Fighters who took that first lobby? You need to make sure they don't get this one here. And basically, everyone's first place.
Yep, and you can see there, Taldeck did land a shot straight through the curtain. Very nicely done. Another kind of lane, right? You want to look at your lane, see which lane is available to you that's easy to maneuver the objects you want to bring through. Clivetex, for example, here is using a bear. There are no bears in this section, but he says, you know what? It's all good. I can sneak this around.
So the big thing with the bear, though, that you don't really consider is the coloring of the background. You're in the junkyard. You're a little bit in one of those desert biome situations. There's a lot of kind of muddled grounds and oranges around there. It makes it that much harder to stick out. However, if you if you're grabbing the snowman, you're just really flexing on everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm a snowman. I'm a snowman in the desert, and I'm going to score on you.
That's pretty hilarious because, you know, we haven't seen anyone pull out the weird objects in the back end for good reason. There are a couple other fun ones back there. If we get a pan around later, you'll probably notice a big old snowman or something like that. But with all this money on the line, there's no way anyone has time to play around like that.
You can't play around because every single one of those runs matters. And right now, we see Sunshine Soldiers swapping over. They've already put in 2 2-point props, so you need to be slightly more efficient on those runs, but good job getting on the board and consistently. And as we say that, 5-pointer goes in. Boom, they're ahead of the Funky Fresh, who have had a singular 10-point run. So trying to get every possible point. It's all about min-maxing efficiency.
Honestly, the Little Warriors are doing a great job at defending here. They all have a ton of eliminations. Taldeck at 6, Taco at 5, Kaz and Ninja both tied at 7. That is pretty good. They're shutting down all of their lanes. These guys are not here to play. Remember, as you're a guard, you don't accumulate any points, so it's good. They're knocking this out the way, and they're doing a great job defending.
keeping them out, making sure you find the right lane angles, and also sometimes just putting shots out in the right spot. You just need to be able to consistently deny. That was sick!
I was like, are you behind that? Yep, what's that? Didn't see that there before, didn't see that either. Tao doing a good job so far, spotting things through the curtain. Let's see if he can find another here with a random shot. Oh, something landed. That's why you don't want to hit those spring traps there.
They make it so difficult when you're a larger object coming back down because it's just so much motion on the screen. When everything else is still, if you see that thing falling through, like, it's an easy shot. And particularly for all of these players up there. I mean, Gotaga and Crew, everyone on Raven's Revenge, him, Magma, RTA, and Chappie, all have been able to hit their shots. And then, I mean, Little Whip Warriors is a team of hit your shots.
That's right, and there it is. Last opportunities to make a point have just concluded, and that was the first round. There are 4 of these, so we're going to switch up the guards now. Little Whip Warriors get a chance at, trying to earn some points, and as do the others. The next round will begin.
That dragon's so cool. That's so cool. Look at that.
Almost looks real.
Yo, shout out to the observers. That shot right there, that's really cool. Big fan of it going out. And as you can see now, round 2 is underway. This is the final match on Junkyard Juke of set 2. And right off the bat, 2 archery targets and a water heater marching on out.
Yep, that archery target is worth 10 points, though. So if you can bring that all the way through, it's one of the, I guess, smaller, large point objects. Agma doesn't care. He's impatient. He saw the kept going. Zavenoff did pump the brakes, though, even right here. Notice stops very early. He's just trying to blend in and get as many points as possible right here.
Ooh. Did get picked up. It might have been the book there. That's the one thing that you need to note that makes it very difficult about the bullseye or the archery target is the fact that because it has those placed legs, you have to be deliberate about where you're setting down. Otherwise, you're right, like, boom, right there. That book would be a giveaway if somebody decided to look down and double check that box. But there's 6 other boxes around, so relatively safe. Good path chosen there from Tyler, and opts to stop and be, a little bit of patient, and might have cost him there. I think he would have had it if he had just go full send, and I think he thinks so too.
Yo, Wixii laughs to see him scratch his head, his jaw drops like, oh, being so close and not making it through is so unfortunate. Taudak is going to find a little bit of success there as the Suezo, and you saw Alex J for a bit is very close to scoring as well. Here's Zan from the Fish Fam representing, hugging really close to that cactus. So long as he's not pushing through it, yeah, he is going to be able to sneak on out. He kind of hiccups there. He's going to go all the way. He doesn't care if the curtain comes down. He sneaks right underneath Tomoya and his team up top. Funky Fighters are at 35 points now in the guard tower. They can't earn any more.
And that was a great run there by Zandy Knight as he spent us waiting for the blinds to go down, making sure he can find an angle, and then pushing in towards. Needs to be careful of that spring right there, but doesn't matter. Gets picked up anyway as he's like, hey, there wasn't a card there before. Alex JJ now looking to find a run. You can see Fish Fam and Llama Record Code currently hanging out at the top, but again, haven't had the chance to be up there, so can be expected. Alex JJ now 2 targets, both running out. Good stops at the same time, but particularly if you have 2 people taking the same path as the same item, it kind of has a little bit more of a benefit because you're like, yeah, those were both there, but mine. There's no way those are both props.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you know what? Honestly, if you see a bunch of the same things, they blend in a little more. It's when something's an oddball that you really start to shoot. So maybe it is a good idea to time it, right?
But there's split spawns, so you don't always consistently. There's different spawn points around the map that have the different exits as you go out, so you can coordinate with a teammate. Or what you can also do is sort of bait somebody else to do it, right? So you see somebody who's running an archery target, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to grab that too, and then you follow their path. And if they get picked up, oh, well, you look slightly more natural, particularly if you're that much more patient. And you can see Svenos is actually doing that right now with Carnifex, both of them going into the box. Svenos does hit the spring, is hanging out behind the car, and will get the score. That was a great run from him.
Yeah, he actually recognized Horazi was not looking down in the right direction, so he took advantage of that. Funky Fighter let his guard down for just a second there. He did manage to sneak on through, so that was the big point there in the final seconds as this round is now coming to a close there. Next round is going to begin. We're going to switch up the guards. Take another look.
And no dancing, just props and shots going out from the guards. Round 3 kicking off in the final match of set 2 at the Creative Finals. Who will be able to take that second silver llama? And right now, you see Bensor is going in for the 10-point prop right away. Kutu does get the mimic, but then opts to go for a different route as players are starting to feel a little bit of the pressure here. You can tell they need to score points. It's the first time we're starting to see some gnomes out there and another teddy bear on the run.
That's right, Kantaka representing here. He's putting himself straight behind every object that he can. I love that they're using the smaller objects. It's so much easier to score with those. When you bring those big ones out, it really is hard. He actually put himself inside the truck. You see that? He's following Kuta so close here. Just got to use him as bait, really. As you get behind him, he's safe.
Yep, because they don't think they're going to fire twice in there. That's the benefit of it. But right away, you see Kaz, Taco, Chappie. Great little run there from the Little Whip Warriors. That's going to push them back into contention. There's 65 points currently, but a dumpster going in from Hand of Blood. There's another 10 points for Llama Record, though, pushing them up to 90. And they were the winners of that first match. So if they can hold on, they know they'll be the guards in the final round. They need to build up as much of a lead as possible here.
Carraro actually has 15 eliminations, so he had a super successful guard round, but the Chicken Champions need to get picked up here. They need these points. And there it is. He's doing a lot of work for his team, showing that, hey, I can push us up here too. Just going to go ahead and take that 5-pointer, throw him right over the fish fam now, and they're in the top 3 running.
That was a great run from him. Corner peeked the entire time, made sure nobody was looking for him. Like, he was barely threatened, but right now, Bensor coming through. The Chicken Champions, can they overtake in the last minute? That's 10 more points. That is going to go through for them, and it starts pushing up. Llama Record needs to get in some runs. The Chicken Champions will not be on the defense with them for the last one, so they're pushing it through. Right now, it is the Sunshine Soldiers and the Fish Fam up there, so they're doing their best to delay everyone. X-Sandy gets picked off by Tyler, and now Carnifex is chilling back on that Rusto. Barely avoids the shot. Oh, saw the hitbox going through there. The Tracers finding a way through the window, but not enough as Dracius gets in. 2 more 10-point props also going over, and we're seeing, I think, a little bit closer of a score here, minus the fact that the Chicken Champions haven't shot yet.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. Neither have the Llama Company. The Llamas have not shot, POVs, they don't have any limbs, so they have not taken a run yet.
Yes, excuse me, I misspoke there, meaning the Chicken Champions had already shot.
Oh, okay.
Already
so they're doing great.
Llama needs to press on it. The only team who really has a definitive lead right now is the Chicken Champions. Effectively, they're up 30 points on the rest of the field because Cuddle Team and Llama Record both have to shoot next round.
Oh boy, so if they can't secure a big lead here in the last couple seconds, that's a big process. Oh,
Burger did not get processed. We like it, never frozen there. Brilliantly done. Doesn't find it. Great work from coming out, and Carnifex doing a great job. Round 4 will begin. It's going to be the last match. We're going to see what the line is going to be. Who is up in the tower? Who will be able to defend? And can they hold them off? Again, it's Llama Record Co. and the Cuddle Crew up there.
Go Taga.
It's already up there. And you can see the Chicken Champions were able to connect, so it's all about can a Little Whip and them catch up. They need a fantastic run, and they have to do everything to deny him, and you can see right away already tunneling in on those 10-point props.
Yeah, the Cuddle Crew cannot earn points. The Chicken Champions already have the lead. They just kind of press the still a fantastic game for all the teams in the top 3 right now.
And I think we saw the Ravens come up huge in their last match, pushing all the way from 7th into 3rd because of clutch last-minute decision-making. Right now, Little Whips are trying to do everything they can to catch up with the Chicken Champions and not deny it. They're still sticking with the water heater runs, trying to get as many of those in. The Chicken Champions are still stretching out their lead. They have a 25-point lead, which means the Little Whip Warriors have to either start fast running with the 5-point props or switch to 10-point props. They cannot catch them doing a patient 5-point strategy right now. They won't have enough time with how good the Chicken Champions have been. They have been the prop masters so far.
Yes, they have. They've been doing so good. And oh no, Ninja hits a huge spike there. He's trying to dodge, and he's so close to making it through. there. Here comes the 10 points from Talo. With Warriors, that's actually going to throw it over the lava that's up to right there. Tofu actually somehow actually went to second place now. They're so close to overthrowing the Chicken Champions as well.
It's going to come down to the last final moments. Very well so far. Avoiding the jump pads there. Pretty sure Ninja called those ones out on the run since he hit them on the last time. You can see they're only 20 points down. They're all on 5-point props right now. They will be able to do it. But all of a sudden, Fish Fam is right there as well. They're only 25 points up. Here comes a rotation of prop. 5 points will be coming across for the Little Whip. Fish Fam also getting it. But Cuddle Crew does finally get pushed up there. Brilliantly done. 15 points now separates them, but Ryan gets one in for the Tender Defenders, pushing them back up to 25. Going 30 seconds remaining. Oh, apologies. Did so well. Statue going on there. As you can see, hits the jump pad, stays on the corner, will get it in. 30 points clear. But as I say that, 19 seconds left. Final match of set 2 on Junkyard Juke. Can the last minute scores come through? 25 points to each of the 10. Gets picked up. The Chicken Champions have to round out the final match. Brilliantly done in match 2. Repeat in match 3. They are the Chicken Champions. Excellently done, and they're defending their crown.
That's right. You have to give props to everyone else that managed to kind of hold a top 3 lead, especially right there in those final moments. A little bit Warriors, the Fish Fans really coming up at the end there, you know, bumping up their prize earnings, because every round everyone's a winner, but you can earn just a little more. You can win a little bit more.
Yeah, it was just brilliantly done there. And these are actually the creators who helped with this. Brilliantly done from them. Some fantastic gentlemen. Thank you guys all so much for your help in making this mode come to life. Some fine gentlemen up there. The creative builders were at that game jam out there. Spent hours and hours, and it really blows my mind to see what they're able to do in this creative mode. Just like, I'll go in, I'll play some stuff. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. And they're like, oh yeah, after 20 minutes, I have this full game mode. Here's all the scoring modes.
That's the magic of creative, right? These unlimited possibilities, really, when it comes down to coming up with these game modes. We've seen tons of fun ones, obviously developed not only for, you know, the creative kind of fun side of the community, the comp side as well, right? There's plenty of great game modes out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the guys out there playing Storm Wars. We know you guys enjoy it, but that was a fantastic way to close out set number 2. And a real, honestly, I enjoyed Junkyard Juke. It was fun to see the patience ended up saying that, like, hey, I'm gonna stick with the stats. Push up and pass those guys in the last moments, pushing them into the top 4 and earning just a little bit more of that prize money.
That's right, because they want it all here at the Fortnite Creative Finals, and it's going down. So, you know, you love to see it. We've seen a series of, you know, I guess, different people succeeding, right? And all of these, the Chicken Champions really kind of came out.
Well, that's what, again, I love about all this and about creative. There's so many different skills that Fortnite isn't all about one individual thing. You see these guys, and what they're doing is incredibly well. Able to execute the game plan, talk with their teammates, come up with something new, and the Chicken Champions elevated. They were clearly better than the rest at Junkyard Juke, but the question is, will that continue when we get into the Golden Games? Right now, we're going to get a chance to speak with the Chicken Champions who's up top.
Down here with the Chicken Champions today in the creative trials. I'm here with Rubius. Now, you guys won the last game as well, so 2 in a row. Pretty great strategy. Do you want to kind of talk me through that a little bit?
Oh, what can I say? It's the power of Norway, the power of Spain, and the power of Detroit. Like, we're crushing it. And we're a chicken, so we're good at hiding. Like, we're not good at shooting and stuff, but at hiding, we're the best. The best strategy, I think, is, well, let him take the big stuff, and we are like the supports. Like, we take the small stuff, the 5 points and stuff like that. And the trick is, don't tell anybody, but the trick is to go in the corners. Like, no one's watching the corners.
So no one is watching the corners. I hope all of your competitors can not hear you just say that. Now, he's in the corner, taking the big item. That's a little won 2 games in a row. I'm so excited to see how you all perform in the rest of the day. Going into these next games, do you have anything you're going to change, or are you going to keep things the same?
We're just going to keep things the same, stay consistent, play slow. That's really it.
And finally, just for you there on the end, I just want to talk a little bit about, you touched on the diversity of this group. Now, I know you guys have really not played together much before. What has that been like, coming together all over the world?
I share these moments with my team, and the next mode it's amazing. And bueno, this parkour, I think my team is very good in parkour, and I win. We win.
You guys are so confident. I love it. Hopefully that carries on into your next games. Congratulations again, guys. Thank you so much. Sundown, back
Can
to
I send
you.
some love to Twitch chat? Let's go.
Twitch chat. Twitch chat. There we go.
It's everywhere, man. Thanks for the plug out there, El Rubius. Fantastically well done. Love to everyone all over, no matter where you're watching, whether it's Fortnite.com/watch, on Twitch, on YouTube, in client, you're loading up all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for all of this, it being here. Set 2 is done. It's wrapped up. But, I mean, we saw a big shift in the gameplay. We saw a lot of different changes going on, and it's going to be interesting to see what ends up converting into the golden games when we see a little bit of a remix on it. Not going to spoil any surprises. I know, it's fine. But I'm just curious to see who is able to then take their gameplay and enact it when you get to think on it. Because you get to then process and be like, okay, we were this close. We were right there. If we had maybe like a little bit more aggressive, or like maybe if we were a little bit better on defending, or maybe one person picked a different lane, the result could have been different. And these guys have been so good at adapting to the circumstances that I have no doubt that the Chicken Champions aren't just going to comfortably sit on top.
Yeah, not only that, they gave away some strategies, so we'll see if Bala outside can, kind of break that down and see if he can give us a little more insight on everything.
Thank you so much, guys. The action is heating up. It's also heating up outside. Trying to cool off a little bit here at the Fan Festival, but awesome games of Junkyard Juke, and Chicken Champion seems to be racing away with this one. We're going to take a look at some of the moments from that last game and how they won. So here, first off, just having a good time in the front, and also maybe flexing a little bit their trophy that they may have just secured in terms of a llama. We'll find out that later. But their strategy the entire time, they said it before in the last game, they're just trying to go for the high points. They're just trying to score these, at least getting not those 2 points that Monster was advocating for, but go for the statues, go for the boilers, all those things that net you tons of points, and that's how they came out to a lead. Here it is again, them just cheering on. We have the reactions from the Chicken Champions on their win as well. Nice trophy lifts. Maybe they'll be doing that later on here. The statue using that to get above the opponent's vision, their field of view, so that they can't see, they can't hit their shots, and the reactions of the win. Just bliss as they win their second game there on Junkyard Juke. Absolutely amazing stuff, guys. I can't wait to see who's going to earn that and who's going to continue on towards their path to the Creative World Cup champions.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that in-depth analysis. Now, I know you guys want to see the standings. We want to see them as well. Unfortunately, there was a slight little hiccup. We want to make sure everything is right, because this is a huge moment for all of these guys up on that stage. So while we sort that out, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the standings after set 2 and then move into set 3, which is the world premiere, never before seen world run. So if you need to go do anything, go do it now. Take your bio breaks, take care of everything you need, and then we will be right back.
Hey, my name's Magma, and today I'm in New York because I qualified for week 4 of the creative trials for Godiga's map. I'm really looking forward to showing my skill set off and meeting all the players and showing everyone what I can do here. When it was first announced that there was going to be creative trials, I was really looking forward to it because it was all I did pretty much 24/7. I looked at it as an opportunity. I find after playing Battle Royale, when creative first came out and Scissors released his first death run, I just instantly sort of, you know, took a liking to it and I enjoyed playing it. And I guess from there afterwards, when I found there was money involved with doing death runs and stuff, that sort of caught me and caught my attention and I started playing more. So with my team, my captain is Godiga. He's a French content creator and my teammates are Chaps and Ardio. I think we can do really well at the Creative World Cup. I think our team has a good combination of the death run skills, but also the like shooting and building and the good chemistry we have in the team. I think it can really make our team as well. Magma and my team, Raven's Revenge, is going to do really good in the World Cup and we're going to smash the rest of the competition because we have the Battle Royale skills, building, death run, we have it all.
Here in the production pit, I am in engineering row right now. I am joined by my friend Peyton, and he does the robotics. Let's talk a little bit about that. What do you do specifically here?
We have a bunch of robotic cameras around the arena that we shoot different angles from, and we're able to pick up shots of the players that are playing the game. We also do a lot of crowd shots, so we're able to shoot the audience and get some really great reacts for both the stream and for the front of house feeds that go up on the screens.
Well, you guys heard it. If you're out in the crowd this weekend here live for the Fortnite World Cup, show us some energy because Peyton is going to be looking for your reactions and you could end up on stream.
Do you want to play with it, see how it goes?
Of course I do. That's not even a question. Like, I'm so into this right now. This is amazing.
I'm Scarlett. I've come from Japan. I'm happy and excited to be playing with so many players that I've seen on the internet. My favorite place to drop is Fatal Fields. If I win the Fortnite World Cup, first I want to buy a house, and then I'm going to eat a lot of food. So heavy. World Cup Ponsen. I'm definitely going to win the Fortnite World Cup, so keep cheering for me.
Hi, I'm Fortado and I'm here to compete in the Creative World Cup. I competed in most of the trials and was really excited when they announced the bonus weeks after the original 5 were over. And I competed in the Jadith 100 level map and I had to speedrun 100 levels as quickly as I could. I really enjoy like all the different styles of maps and death runs that there are, and I really enjoy speedrunning them and trying to get as good as time as I can. The moment I found out that I qualified, it was just insane and I wasn't sure if I was going to before that, and it was just crazy that I am here. And Fortado and the Sunshine Soldiers are going to win because we have 2 captains, so we're twice as good.
What is going on? We're getting some good practice here for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals happening very, very soon. A lot of first thoughts, first looks at the Sky Station Showdown, which is an incredible map.
It was a great map. I mean, it mixes a huge new element into the game. You know, you got to protect the person with a sword, capture the objective, but my team, great teamwork, and, you know, we kind of pulled through at the end there. It was awesome.
1,000%. You know, so being able to kind of get your hands on the map, you know, before, obviously, the big moment.
Practicing, it's nice.
It's huge. It's huge. And so, like you said a second ago, this is a brand new way of viewing Fortnite and playing Fortnite, which is incredible.
Exactly. It's super exciting. See what people come up with, and then also turning it into a competitive aspect and put it in the game and make this tournament, so.
It's amazing. So any general kind of thoughts, concerns maybe about strategy? I don't know.
You know, I think we won, so we know the strategy.
All right, listen, this is practice still. We've got the big moment coming up very soon, but do you want to shout out your team real quick?
Yeah, no, we've got some speedrunners in our midst, actually. We've got Tyler, we've got Zand, and Suzu. They are all speedrunners of death runs. And as you know, later in the Creative Cup, there's going to be a death run involved level, so we're going to take that one home, too.
Inspired by the creative man, Scissors himself has made many a streamer, many a content creator very angry with a death run, myself included. Great job with the practice round. We'll see you very soon.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite World Cup Finals. We are here in day number 1 where the creative finals are going down. The stadium is jam-packed with fans from around the world who have traveled here not only to watch us crown World Cup creative finals champions, but also solo and duo champions as well. I'm Zeke, this guy right here is Bala, and we're getting ready to hop back into all of the action. Now, I think, we've seen a little bit of the first 2 game modes. We got to see a little bit of the Sky Station Showdown. We got to see a little bit of that Junkyard Juke, but there's actually something that Sundown teased, and that is the World Run.
Yep, the World Run coming up next. It is an awesome, it's something that I think a lot of these players are used to.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be very, very comfortable here. We'll have to see whether the challenge of the obstacle course will be, anything that these guys can balk at, or if they're going to be able to just cruise through it. We'll see. It's going to be fun, though.
Well, it's going to be really interesting, right? A lot of these players are very familiar with death runs, and it's very, mechanical, right?
Yep.
If you know how to execute, you can get through these obstacles, but you have to kind of get your eyes on them first, figure out how they work, and then make it through. So I think it's going to be very interesting, very fun for everyone here, and all the players as well. I'm hoping to see someone make it to the end. I don't know that anyone will, though.
Well, there's 30 coins, and from what we've seen in practice between us and other people, it's very difficult, so we'll see. We'll hop into the overview and stuff like that later, but just to give some examples of the things that there are, there's the trap, trying to trigger them, making sure you move. Impulse grenades are in play in this. There's some lava, all sorts of treacherous things you have to get across in this world run.
A lot of Neo jumps as well. And again, massive shout out to the 17 content creators that helped put these maps together. Mad props to you. Their hard work is being shown here on the stage. And these guys are at home, here, of course, playing it as well. In case, you guys forgot, I'm Zeke. This guy right here is Bala. We're getting ready to jump into these next 2 matches. We'll get you guys up to speed with all the format and all those things. You kind of tease it, but we'll get there in just a moment. And very quickly, the Chicken Champions were actually the winners for set number 2, Junkyard Juke. Let's take a look at them right now. They were overall victorious of that last set, and there you go. The Tender Defender is there in person to congratulate them, Bala. Rubius and his team, they worked hard for it, and they are the victors.
Yeah, and warming up for the next run, but they know now they earned the Silver Llama for that set, so it's 1-1. Woo! Chicken Champions earning their Silver Llama right now. They're surprised because they were getting ready, but here it is.
Rubius is like, wait, do I actually get that? Is that actually mine? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, they are the current set winners. They have a Silver Llama for themselves. So that's now 2 different teams that have a Silver Llama. With only a few set matches left to go, I believe, if the Chicken Champions can secure themselves a second Llama, that would be huge for them and their team, but we'll have to see how things go for them.
And the timing of the Silver Llama couldn't come earlier because they're about to hop in. This is definitely a booster for them in terms of their emotions, in terms of their confidence going into the World Run, because it is precise, it is difficult. You have to make sure that you hit it, otherwise you're wasting time. It's going to be a race between these guys to get as far in as possible, so that confidence boost is going to help dramatically in this last normal set here.
Yeah, for sure, and it is actually a race, the World Run. It is similar to a death run with a bunch of obstacles. Let's go ahead and talk about that and everything that surrounds it. So there's actually 30 coins in the map. Whichever team gets all 30, the fastest, or as many as possible until time runs out, will be the victor for that round set. Like I said, these are insanely difficult obstacles. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be forthcoming. I'm going to be vulnerable with you, the Fortnite fan. Listen. The farthest I got was 14. Okay. It's actually really difficult, and I'm by no means a death runner. By no means.
These guys are the best of the best.
These guys are going to fly.
In terms of death runner, in terms of this map specifically, it's going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of those obstacles right now. So go ahead.
We're going around the world in this new creative team death run. In this challenging new creative game, 8 teams of 4, led by some of your favorite content creators. see if these players discover them. But like you said, man, Svenos is
oh my goodness,
destroying the game right now.
Just unbelievable, and this isn't even a team that qualified from a death run or elimination run or even a speed run. They qualified from a survival map, and he's doing things like this. He is leading the pack. There's a fish fam up ahead of him, though.
Yep.
They're not hitting this just yet. This is so precise. You have to change the altitude. Is he going to hit it? No. Second try. Here's Suzo.
First jump. Now this is the impulse. We want to send you a little bit forward. Now this is one where you want to get height. You got to throw it, try to get on top of it.
No! Just barely Suzo. And he's at 21 points right now in third in terms of coins. And it's all up to timing, I think. Zeke, we might see this end in the first match here. In the first round, they might end up completing everything because they still got 5 minutes to go.
Well, we'll see, Bala, because here's the thing. That obstacle there is called the ice jump. But this next one that Four Turtle is at, we call this the double danger. Let's just look at this real fast. This is really tricky.
He already knows.
He's already downloaded. He already knows what must be done. So you actually have to double hop, double bunny hop, land on the edge, take a step back, trigger the trap without being eliminated, right? Then you can walk up this small ramp. Then, depending on how you want to go about it, you can just go forward. Yes. He actually makes... Okay, I'm upset.
Third try.
I'm leaving. I'm done.
Four Turtle. Incredible.
And he gets the coin in one swoop. Oh, my.
But one thing, we have to look at the scores right now. 5 minutes to go. Fish Fam is at 26. They only have 4 coins remaining. But everybody else is starting to fall behind. We're starting to see the Fish Fam come way out above here of the rest of them. That's because they probably have the majority of their players through. The majority of the players are collecting those coins. There's Four Turtle. He makes it through the double danger, collects the coin. Now, what do you do from here? Pick it up.
This guy is absolutely insane.
There it is.
And you know, for Four Turtle, it's funny because he's just excited about being here, able to compete against these talented people and all of his players. He is just slaying it right now. Oh, you gotta be careful. Okay, all right, yep. Everything's fine. Now you gotta make the jump. You got the one hop. You gotta be careful.
That is...
Gotcha!
That
Get in trap, baby!
That is the first time I've seen that. I've seen the theory. I mean, I've heard it theorized, but I haven't seen that yet. But Fish Fam, I was wondering, it's Scissors and company. 26 points. They're not at the same point that the Sunshine Soldiers are at, but they're at 26 total, the entire team. They have clearly synergized with Scissors here, but looks to be that even the Ravens Revenge are stuck at 26, so this might be a difficult one to get past.
Yeah, this one, so the tricky bit about this one is there's actually no checkpoint in between here and where you need to get to. That's what makes the double danger that double dangerousness. 26 points across, and there's only about 3 minutes left, so these guys really have to focus up, try to get through. Now, the key thing going forward is, again, this is a test of speed, right? So a lot of these players are seeing the traps, they're making it through, memorizing kind of what they have to be doing to make it through these obstacles. Zan's already through, and that means when they get to come through next time, it's going to be that much faster, right? They're going to be tearing through all of these obstacles like they're nothing. Hand of blood, Lachlan, here we go.
Team captains. Hey, this is important too because they still have coins to earn on their own.
Right.
They're they're all the way in the back. They're not earning the coins. They're not helping their team out in front, trying to figure out the obstacles. But the captain's back there. Ooh.
Okay. All right. Trigger the other one. Yes. All right. Land on it. Trigger that one. Dude.
Is he gonna get it? Nice dodge. Ooh. This is insane right now, and there's the second player to make it through for Turtle into the door. No!
Nope, and look, you drop back down. So that's the challenging part. We call this thread the needle, right? You have to make it in one go. This is extremely difficult, and this is where a lot of these players are going to get caught up. But Turtle is a legend. Look at how methodical he is. He's insane. Look at these the precision jumps, man.
He's not going to miss this ever again because he already knows that the trap, unfortunately, was timed at the wrong time for Tritax, but he's up above. Let's see what he can do here, going to try and attempt this again. Trap above. When he lands on that, he has to jump at the right moment, then slow himself down. Turtle from up above, still back. Nobody has passed this point just yet.
All right, first trap, second trap, hop across, take a step back.
Nice.
Across, take another step back. Oh, okay. He was trying to be a little greedy there. I respect it. You know, you sometimes just want to land on that without having to kind of hop back out and kind of just risking that. So it's good that, you know, well, it's not good. It's bad that he messed it up, but it's okay. This is Turtle. He's an MVP. We're watching him.
This is crazy. And it comes down to this. There's a minute and 30 seconds about to figure this out. He got up here before, and he didn't make it through the door. He's not going to make it again. Unfortunately, everybody is hard stuck at 27 coins with 1 minute left. I believe whoever is going to be the first to make it through here might find themselves the first winners on the world run. 1 minute left.
You gotta be thinking, are they saying Raven's Revenge? Wait, they just got the 28th point. They might be through Thread the Needle. Next up would be, I believe, Bump Jumps.
Did get through. We saw the end results up there. Made it through the door.
Okay. Ooh, nice catching yourself. All right, get a good drow.
That boost pad on the side. It's just disappointment and frustration in his face. Ooh. If he wants to secure this, he needs to try to get one more coin in the next 30 seconds because I think poor Turtle is going to be able to catch up. Here's the jump.
Right, this is the first one. 25 seconds. Okay. So this is where you risk it all, man. This is it, the leap of faith. Watch these precision jumps. We've got 18 seconds left on them. So these are these Neo jumps, right? You jump out and around, keeping that momentum.
10 seconds left here. 1 coin remaining for the Revenge. Get around that. He's going to be able to climb these staircases just now. No, he's giving up. He says no. Everybody else is left in the dust. Raven's Revenge take the first world run with 29 coins. Not quite finishing the map, but I believe next time they might.
And these legendary birds of the sky, they made it all the way up there, man. They were on the leap of faith, that last little section there. They had 29 points, and if they had made it up, especially if they made even just 2 people up there, they could have been kind of starting a rotation, right? You jump first, see how far you can make, I will follow. But the big key for them is now they know what this next round. They can say, we know we have to do, don't forget, make this precision jump here, do these little things to try and get through. And that can prove to be a very good advantage for them.
Yeah, and they don't have the Silver Llama yet. They don't have anything in terms of Llama, so this is important. Any of those teams that don't have a Llama right now, they need to earn it if they want to be in contention towards those golden games. Of course, every match matters, Zeke. They are earning prizes every single match.
And that's got to feel good, right? To have a stellar game here to get some of that prize pool for yourself and your team. That's huge, right? Like, so much respect to these. Also, Turtle, what the heck? Yeah. What is this kid on?
Yeah. Ridiculous. He was one of the first to achieve every single obstacle every single time. Finally, he got stuck on that one at the end. I don't know what you were calling it. It was a nice twist of the tongue, but just amazing there from poor Turtle to be the first every single time. And then getting overtaken at the end. But, you know, next time, he knows it now. He's probably going to be the fastest to get ahead of everybody because he knows it all now. And you saw how mechanically good he was once he figured out the obstacle. So I think all signs are pointing towards another poor Turtle performance like that.
I mean, like you said, he's downloaded it all, right? He's got it up here, and now he's put it down on paper. I mean, again, though, Raven's that advantage, right? I think the big thing, though, is trying to get more of your teammates through the team. It's very difficult to try and get all 4, you know, in one fell swoop, Raven Pun. But if you can make it even just that second person, like the moment you start to miss a jump, you're like, all right, I'm feeling this, go forward. And maybe that person sees where you went wrong and is like, okay, I can make the jump, and then they go for it, right? So kind of constantly logging through, getting more coins, and getting where you need to be.
Yeah, and there was also an aspect of
det var ju
as they went through, especially as that castle point happened. We saw Lachlan and Hannah's blood, two captains all the way back in the back, but their teams were still up there because they were covering for them, they were but next time, effort to get all the way through and collect those coins as time progresses.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think what would be only fitting is to hear from one of these teams. Specifically, I want to hone in on the Cuddle crew. We've got none other than Monster standing by with them to hear their thoughts.
All right, so here we have it, Lachlan.
Hello?
I know, I've heard from the grapevine,
Vem ska
these
komma
guys
snart?
and yourself
Ja,
actually qualified for the Creator Finals through a death run. And boy, oh boy, I just gotta know what's happening here. How did this translate? This is a death run. What happened, Lachlan?
Look, the qualifying map was a bit of a puzzle death run, so, you know, they had time to work with it. It was our first attempt running through, so it was a bit rough. I don't know if you guys caught me sitting on like an impulse level for like 10 minutes, but that was fun. So we're not going to do that this time. Clytax over here, he's our...
Hallå? Kan du ge mig leader så kan du spela skåd? Eller 3. För vi är 3. Spelar ikke Shakib. Hvorfor det? Må han legge seg? Hallo? Ja. Ja. Hæ? Å ja. Ok. Ja. Du gjorde... Hva var det du gjorde? Hvorfor det?
Those silver llamas. That is going to be a massive determining factor going forward. You know, if you're able to win, you're absolutely looking to try and snag that silver llama if possible. Because that's including the tension, right? That you have to set your eyes on the gold llama for the tiebreakers. But all in all, to be able to kind of come through and win that prize money for you and your team is massive. They have confidence, right? And again, I think the only other team that stands right in their way right now is for Turtle. This guy is a maniac. He's showing us that he is. Let's see if that happens here in game number 2.
The Sunshine Soldiers fell short before Turtle showed us all what he was made for. And I think we're getting ready to go into the match.
Vill på dem
So all the
två husen,
players are
okej, Shape?
loading up right now. There's the Fish fam.
Alltså,
Scissors
vill
and
på
company
samhus kom hit på ta huset, okej?
to start. The gates are about to open. Guys, let's hear it for him.
Ah, there you guys are. You're paying attention. I'm just paying 10 minutes. Countdown has begun. The gates are open. And now here we go. Immediately just flying. You can see this is completely different than before, right? Before, people were kind of taking their time. Hey, what's this? I can't see where this is ledge. What's going here? Everything. That's not the case now. Everyone is just flying through these obstacles.
A couple of these guys have not gone down yet. Here's Magma making his way through with the Ravens' Revenge. This was the team that came out on top and was the player that led them all the way up to those treacherous stairway that we saw at the end there. Almost getting up around the corners. And here it looks like we are almost to the castle before Turtle. And this is the player we were talking about so much, Zeke.
That's right, man. Legend in every way of the word. Stewart almost making the jump for the Sunshine Soldiers as well.
No kind.
Unfortunately not. So this obstacle, very precise jump. You actually have to influence in a very specific way, at a specific angle, at a specific distance away from you to make it all in one jump. You can also, I hope they're not listening, but you can turn around and actually impulse backwards, right? So you impulse away from the tires and impulse yourself backwards while jumping. Again, even doing that though, very precise. You know, you have to make sure you're doing this in one go. Look, Coyote's already here. He's already trying to collect the coins. Already.
Nej, det var 3 minuter. 3 minuter, de hjälper varandra. De hjälper varandra. Se till han. Shape.
He made it. There you go, Suzu. Nice. All right, you're in the trap.
Det var under sin plats. Under slimman.
I'm actually surprised. So don't forget, the capsule is open. So once you do make it to that halfway mark, you can just send someone forward, right? Like even if you're the first one and you're really confident, you could say, "Hey, Bala, get it first. Just go. Go to the next round. I'm gonna stay behind. I'm gonna pick up the points, right?" So quite a bit of teamwork going into this.
I mean, bro. Okay. Hvorfor snakker han ikke? Kan han trycka ready? Her. Kan du dansa hvis det gjør oss? Kan du dansa hvis det gjør oss, Amy? Han gjør det ikke oss. Hva tingen? Hva ting? Hva med den? Shueib. Shueib, se hvor fort de gjør det, sånt der.
He did make the doorway, and now he's back towards this thing where he has to go under at the same time as triggering the trap. He does it. He's back to the stairs. The Fish Fam only needs one more coin, and they're about to do it in 5 minutes. It is so fast here. The last time we got here, it was 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Marker her. Sånn at han forstår at vi skal
The map, he makes it farther than any player has yet so far.
There's the next pad. He actually found it. Now we gotta go. We gotta go back inward. It's okay though. He's gonna get another shot.
Okay, Shueib vil landa på dem to
husene
her.
Honestly, I would have
Okay.
been like, where am I supposed to go?
Hva den der?
This is called the leap of faith. You gotta jump around that corner and hope that something will be there.
Hvorfor snakker jeg så rolig, eller? Så...
With 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go, not a single person, not a single soul in vision. He's going to have plenty of time to work with. We'll see if the Ravens' revenge can repeat to where they were, but it looks like Sand is also going to join as well, but no, he falls just before. Yes, Tyler too. So the Fish Fam is coming through in big numbers at this last leap of faith.
And you know what could be huge here for Fish Fam? If they can make it through the leap of faith, and they can actually get this coin, they're going to stop the timer, right? So less time that everyone else kind of has around to observe what's going on and try to get this practice in, the better. Here we go, nice. All right, you got to jump in and out and around. Out and around. Yes, use the wall. Okay. All right. Yeah, look around. Uh-huh. Yes. All right. Okay. All right.
Jeg kan ikke bevege den nå.
Last jump. And he needs to hit the coin. This is going to be it. No, he didn't.
Ikke liv da.
Just barely missed there. Finally hits the bouncer and he's gone. There it is. The first players to complete the world run in 5 minutes and 52 seconds. An unbelievable time compared to what we saw last time. But still, the remaining teams have to battle it out. Back to the Ravens' revenge. They're still on the double danger. And they are going to get through. He has to hit the door, though. Oh, he almost fell all the way back down. Here we go. Not finding the speed, not finding the bounce there.
Threading the needle. Oh, you hate to see it. Now, don't forget, remember, Ravens Revenge was the first team from last round. They made it here, and they're already kind of right back where they need to be. You've got the Sunshine Soldiers also going for the leap of faith, but look at how many coins they have, right? In theory, they should be at 29. This should be the last coin that they need to pick up. But someone hasn't picked up points. Now, where? I'm not sure. But that could make or break their performance right here.
That absolutely could. We know Sunshine Soldiers had a great performance last game. Fort Turtle has completed the map. You see him up there. He's just watching on down. But the Ravens' Revenge seem to have completed just a little bit more. Everybody now, I think, going to be trying to attempt these last couple of jumps. And they must try to complete the match. But important to note is the Ravens' Revenge in second place right now. They need one more coin as well. That puts them in a huge advantage for that Silver Llama when we go into the third game. What just happened there with Stewart? He just climbed to the top with the tires.
Right, the steers.
Okay, vet me. Nej. Kom on.
Oh, it's okay, Stewart. Don't worry. Deep breath. Back up. You got this. 2 minutes on the clock, Balla.
Taga all the way in the back. He's catching up with his team. He's going to hit that.
2-0. Ikke arena. Fordi itapagal mish. Ja, Mohammed, kan vi ta creative? Okay, Shueib, leave the for down here, så skal jeg være leader. Join. Bra. Bra. Okay, doktor, इसका भी करनी, okay? Dan der som is at इसका भी कर से भी उसका दाइन, इसका भी कर देंगे. Shueib, kaya som share में mic din.
At that 923 mark, but still they got all 30 coins. If we have to go to tiebreakers, these two teams have one more coin than everyone else up at that 29 mark. So that could make very well a big difference taking into tiebreakers. But again, Fishman, way to show up. I respect it.
It's crazy. The improvement from game 1 into game 2.
Yeah.
It was just awesome. Raven's Revenge obviously in the first match coming out ahead. The Fishman
blow up
all across the board. It wasn't just
Sorry, इसका भी so करनी थी.
it felt like it was the entire team because that
इसका
was unbelievable. That's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, we'll have to see who else can do it. Again, you know, Raven's Revenge had a fantastic showing. Funky Fighters showed up there at the last moment. And then, obviously, the Fishman. But don't forget, you still got players like... These teams have someone that's going to get them very, very far, right? We've seen that. But now the question is, heading into this next match, what does that mean? Fishman have already completed it. Funky have already completed it. Raven have gotten close. Does that mean we're gonna see another 5-minute timer? Could we see it even faster?
Good question. And what Raven's Revenge needs to figure out how to end the match. Because if they don't, then they won't be able to get ahead. They won't be able to close out.
Shueib, det där och share på oss, okej? Och så hvis ita så ska du kriga mot Emin, okej?
Well, for now, let's send it over to standing by with the fish fam. And Pooks, real quick, ask them what their favorite fish stick is.
You know, can't always make it all about you, but I am down here with
the
fish fam. It is, dare I say, official. They're the first team to take a victory in the round. I'm going to start here with Suaalo. So you were the one that essentially clutched that victory. How did that feel?
I choked the bouncer and I thought I choked the level slow. But then I figured it out and I picked up the coin. I was like, wait, this is it? Oh, baby.
Nice.
It definitely looked like you were in a bit of a precarious situation. Was your team coaching and helping you that whole time?
Yeah, they kept track of the coins that we picked up. They kept motivating me.
Shueib, stop på den platsen där. Stop på den.
So yeah, that felt great.
Awesome. Now, I'm going to come over to you, Scissors. We all know you are the veteran of Death Runs. You have been doing this from the very beginning. It must be an absolute honor to be here on the stage today competing, being able to help these guys out, pulling through to a victory. Are you going to continue the strategy going into the next game?
We've got the strategy, helping these guys, but they're helping me win. They're the real speedrunners.
Well, I mean, it is a team effort at the end of the day. All of you have picked up coins. Dan, I'm just going to go over here and talk to you really quickly now.
Shueib, no ska du köra på. Nej, det är jag.
what does this mean to you as, you know, a creative champion?
I mean, I'm not a champion yet, but maybe. Yeah.
Maybe one day. Well, thank
Ja,
you.
jag är min lag och sen att alla kan kriga samman. Okej. Ja. Han är lagd.
Look at that, the Fish fam ready to go back in. They're already getting their heads back in the game. Also, great pun, Cookie. Also, I'm upset that you think this is all about me. What is wrong with you? All right, though, anyway, what takeaway do you think for this game?
The takeaway that I take
Ja, men liksom sån.
supportive. The interview they said they were supporting each other, keeping track of the coins, and pushing their Suzu ahead, making sure that they're encouraging him. But for everybody else, I think the takeaway is how do you beat? That's the one that everybody's gotten stuck on. They've wasted a little bit of time at the double danger, but the leap of faith is really where everybody needs to be closed out.
See how things work for them. Very quickly, let's take a little break here. Let's send it down to Cam for his insight.
Nej. Du måste komma help me.
And Bala, and we're gonna take a look at some of the kind of strategy that goes into it. But first, all of these competitors who are here, who are competing in this world run, have had an opportunity to get there. It's been incredibly stressful. There's a certain amount of kind of mental energy you need to get through it. So let's kind of take a look in and how these competitors prepare for what was a world premiere and first appearance ever. Let's take a listen and how these guys are talking and getting ready for the match.
Ja, jag vet. Okay.
Absolutely amazing there. You can tell Ninja is a trendsetter right there, throwing the peelies in the air, but also a big shout out to whoever that was on the Llama record coat. I saw you there, hitting the Llama bell. I got you. But now, let's get into some of what happened during the World Run. Some of the kind of cooler straightaways and, you know, some of the tough challenges that you face. So first, right here's the run coming out from Chappie of the Raven's Revenge. And this was one of the first obstacles.
Ja, så han förstår nu. Han förstår nu. Säg till Shaki att han inte ska bygga sånt. Eller Shueib, du vet. Och säg till Shaki sånt. Emin, kom. Emin, kom. Kom. Nej, Shueib, kom. Kom, Shueib. Och så Shaki. Shueib, du tar den här. Du tar den här efterpå. Emin tar den där. Och så tar den här. Och så tar Shaki den här.
Little bit of a harder time when it came to that castle jump. It's okay, this could have been my replay and I wouldn't
Ja, men du må laga din Shueib. Nej, Shueib, du må laga din väg. Kom hit. Du måste gå ut och så kom du in och så lagar du din väg där. Och din där du ska gå. Och så Shaki bo. Säg till han ska laga det.
Ravens friends were able to get it, and if you look at the timer, next time he faced this, he about finished the course. So an incredible job from him to make sure he is pushing the limit. And you can also see the level of communications. He knew he messed up right away, and then he immediately communicates to the team. It's like, hey, you gotta run and then go up. That double trouble area, trying to get the triggers, and this is where they got held up for a significant amount of time. A lot of the competitors not being able to make the chaps correctly, and now over with the Ravens who were able to power through this. Again, this was from that match number 1, and you can see how he's using literally everything available to him, including the rock, including the jump off the side with the airstream to then get up to that leap of faith, which is such an incredibly hard challenge, and only having 2 teams full completed after this one. All of these players are such 5.5 minutes, and he's so quick going through it, and he's precise. He takes a step, and he goes. Now, between Suzu and Zen, there was the last 10 they beat that time? Can they keep pressing the pace, and will they be able to do it better? Get up here, have to do everything right, find the lineup, not miss a single one of your drops, and then get the final point. Was able to then double back and grab it there off the launch pad for that 5:52 time in the #1 spot in match number 2. This is now the second time we've seen the world run. Can the Ravens Revenge get over that last obstacle of the leap of faith, or will everyone else start pressing up higher and higher and being able to challenge it? Match 3 is about to be underway. We're going to throw it back inside to Zeke and Bala. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you so much, Sundown. That's insight. Of this set, you know, again, Fish Fam, you saw, I kind of touched on a little bit earlier. You want to have as many people up on that lead space as possible so they can just sit there and rotate people around. Before we hop into this next match, Bala, I think we probably want to take a look at the standings. We want to see how things are going for all of these players together. And of course, we want to take a look behind us. We've got Fish Fam up there for Ravens Revenge in second, Funky in third. Don't forget, Funky Fighters and the Chicken Champions both have Silver Llamas, and that's going to play a big factor.
Everybody needs to make sure that Funky Fighters do not get that last Silver Llama out of contention. They don't have Silver Llama. Chicken Champions don't really mind because they have another place to play. They are out of contention for this Silver Llama right here, but still, so many different teams have an opportunity here. Ravens Revenge, the Funky Fighters, Sunshine Soldiers with Fort Turtle, and then the Fish Fam as well, able to. So we are going to get into the next game of the World Cup, the last one of the set.
The timer is counting you 10 seconds before the gates open. They start the run. Focus in their eyes. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the world run commences right here, right now. Players are out the gate. Here we go. The first one pops. Talo back there right out. Jump ball. With Tyler, Magma, Carroro, they are just neck and neck. Again, you know, it just goes back to once they figure it out, they're just going full send.
I want to see who gets out to the early lead. Here's Huzo, the champion of the last one with Fish Fam. He's a little bit behind, but again, he has the opportunity to catch up and start getting to those more difficult obstacles. Right now, it's not looking like anybody really taking a huge lead, a huge advantage, because we all saw how proficient they are in this build. The first obstacle that stops most people is in the full jump.
Forward, you can look away. First jump, unfortunately too shallow there on both sides, and both from the Fish Fam will be going down there. I saw there on the left, there is actually a team that is making a cross. We've got Ravens Revenge, who's in the castle, and I believe it was actually the Llama Record Company that are also at the castle right now. Fish Fam, the Tunnel Crew,
They do Osaki mot mig.
and now the Llama Record Company all have 11 points.
See the castle run. How fast they can get through there as a team.
I mean, no.
For anybody to trap obstacle course inside the castle. Those points fast. The collect all those points are people who are leading attack.
I almost think like should you just like as a squad very quickly grab all four, and then as the squad goes up, right, you have more chances to lose every single challenge.
Time there from Scissors through that one. Is he going to be able to finish out that impressive performance? He's got a couple of jumps still to go. One,
no way. I will.
2, 3. Scissors showing off why he's one of the best match, but way ahead of his teammate Suzu. Leading the pack again, so this might be a better time here for Fish Fam.
All right, man, Scissors. That was insane, dude. Again, like these guys are so good, right? Once they figured out muscle memory,
yeah.
You see Suzu here now, so smart. He waits here.
It's Lima, man. Okay.
Across, he starts turning the trap. He's gonna opt to say, look, you know what? Let's try and practice many because don't forget, last game was not that 5.5.
Nice. Okay.
Going off of
Allumut me. Tight minno.
For the chiller on his feet to get off before he goes forward. Now he has full range for this one. If he one-shots this, he's putting himself in such an amazing time. He's kind of letting his team do the rest of the work. Oh, one shot here from Suzu. Is it possible? Getting through the door. No, just short. But he did not go all the way back. He's continuing the recovery on this run. Not quite enough.
Man, Suzu everyone in his fishbowl saying, don't worry, fam. I've got this. Jump down, first trap. Second trap, hop across, take a step back. Nice. Oh, there's actually somehow. This is huge, though. It's Suzu can trigger this. And Scissors there where he needs to go. And then there will be two members trying to get these traps.
No.
Pad up into the bouncer.
Aiming here, aimbot. Okay, let's go.
At that moment, but a lot of teams starting to catch up right now, so you know, starting to lose the pace that they had in the first game.
They're already at the 28-point mark. So are right around 25 points. Oh, and look, they actually sent Flytax forward, trying to make it to the Leap of Faith. I'm going straight to Leap of Faith. That's the 1 point we know we need.
Magma up ahead as well for the Ravens' revenge. And the record of the match by FishFam has gone past. That was 5 minutes and some. And we're now down to 5 minutes left total. Making sure that he makes that jump. He doesn't want to waste time. I think he might have the confidence here. Just got to bounce off the wall. No. Not yet all the way through. If he can do this, he is clinching himself that Silver Llama.
Atanelo.
Okay. Yeah, these momentum jumps, very difficult, or neo jumps as they're also called. Gotta be really precise, really, I mean, you have to be very confident. You got Chappie over here, you've got Stewart across the way as well. Look, you see Suzu there too. There's look at the rest of the team, right? Even the Monkey Fighter, they're 22 points. Closing in.
Soldiers adding their names to the hat of people who are trying to leap of faith. Stewart. Yet. Magma right now feeling a bit of frustration. He feels the pressure. He knows he has to try to make this, try to get this last point ahead of anybody else. Flytax
is, while Stewart is using his camera, like, whichever the direction you want to start moving, Flytax is doing the opposite. He's actually using his movement abilities, just like his keys, to get to the not even touching his gun at all. Two different ways to approach it. They're both about the same. It just depends on which one you're moving. Good spot. Great ricochet there. Alright, just take it easy. Nice.
Almost.
Hello?
Going for it.
Yes.
Nice.
Could he be the first one? No, Sunshine Soldiers have actually already done it with a 6:23, and Ravens Revenge there with the 6:36. So Sunshine Soldiers sneakily got it, but still a great time.
Nice, Shueib, nice. Ja, man må øve meg på å bli bedre. Jeg vil det for at jeg skal bli god.
Have now completed it. That'll give us one more point to actually finish the entire game. Flytax feeling he needs to start supporting his teammates. And the Llama Record Company sitting at 27 right now. I think this is one of the first times we've seen them towards this double jeopardy towards closer and closer, edging their way at the Leap of Faith. The Cuddle Crew have completed, meanwhile, just past 7 minutes. So the standings right now are shaking up with all of these teams being so close together. Can't wait to see where it is. Still, every single place here matters. Chicken Champions, Monkey Fighters, Little Whip Warriors, and the Llama Record Company all at 7. Who is going to come out on top? This 4-way race.
And And don't forget, this really does make a difference, right? They're all competing for 5 teams, so being able to come out with it's going to secure you very
beautiful game.
29 points. Everyone else is not even close. Second game, the story is Fishman and Funky Fighters. Now, you've got 4 teams.
Nah,
that
he's
got
dropped
that
it in
30th point. Insane, especially how close it is. Like, even it's difference.
All that could be a huge amount when we look at the standings at the end of the match. But meanwhile, nobody yet up to that leap of faith. Oh, actually, Kuto. We saw him finish the game last time with the Funky Fighters. See if he can do it again. He's got 1 minute and 15 seconds to second just in Fishman. And record-breaking, right? Do it now.
Beautiful
all
game.
Pressure on him.
And I mean, you guys all of those teams right there. Again, just more shots you can take at the leap of faith, the better, right? The more chances you have of securing that 30th point.
So many teams are approaching this leap of faith now. You can see in the background, there's at least 3 teams up here total. Could be also some players who have not yet finished the map from the other teams. As Chappie sits there, Chicken Champions making their approach. I'm wondering, Karoro, if you do this last one, you are going to beat out the Funky Fighters. That's a huge placement in terms of the fighting at the end of this. 30 seconds to go.
Okay, it's fine. Small jump.
It. Last jump, and he's got the coin too.
There you go.
So the Funky Fighters finish up ahead of the Chicken Champions. Karora, fortunately, we're gonna fall shy. But at 29 coins and 5 seconds remaining, I think that's gonna be the end there for this. These are the standings as they are. The Chicken Champions come out there, and what an amazing run it was.
Wow, 6 teams secured themselves the 30th point. Smiles all around. Again, in case you're just tuning in, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals. Very best of the best from the creative side of Fortnite. They're all joined here by their team captains and facing off for a prize pool. And these games have not disappointed. The World Run, honestly, I take it all back. I thought we weren't going to see a 30th point. I'm a liar. I don't know what I'm talking about. Nope. They smashed it.
These guys are the best of the best. Raven's Revenge, these guys showed up hard on this World Run. Absolutely incredible performances. 2-time finishers all the way through. And now we also have to be able to think about what the standings are. And then getting second again. For that first place here in this set.
Yeah, I mean, so the last one, you got Fishman. They had the fastest time of 5:25. In that last game, we saw Sunshine Soldiers, though. They had a 6:23. So it depends where they place in those other matches, right? What does that mean for all these standings? Don't worry, we're tallying everything up. We're breaking it all down, and we'll have that for you when we have our the World Cup. That was so super fun.
First, absolutely crazy. At the end, we realized they needed to make that last jump. It was awesome to feel. Too, when we made it towards that last one, when they finally made that last tire, or maybe they bounced all the way through, just like flying through the sky for that last point. Felt good. It's got to feel good for these guys.
Yeah, man. I think too, being able to just like key in on different players, right? It wasn't like it was 4 Turtle. We saw in that first run was dumpstering everybody else. Then it was like next game there was different people that were really showing up. Even that last game, right? Scissors, the straight back to back just crushed 3 or 4 obstacles in a row. It was insane. But for now, let's go ahead and send it over onto the deck with standing by with the Sunshine Soldiers. So Kooks, what you got?
Hello, Zeke. I am down here with the Sunshine Soldiers. They're the most adorable team, in my opinion. They are coming from all corners of the globe. They've come here to compete today. Now, so far, you guys have, you know, there have been a couple of struggles, but the day isn't over. We still have the remixes coming up, so keep that in mind. Do you guys have a new strategy?
That's top secret.
Que mission va to.
I'm actually from Mexico, not Spain.
Mexico, sorry, from Mexico. What has it been like to be a captain of your team for the Creative Cup?
Yo amo a estos chicos, en verdad, creo que no puede tener mejor equipo, estoy demasiado contenta. Feliz por la experiencia.
I feel really happy. I couldn't have a better team, and I'm super excited.
I'm gonna come over here and talk to you super. You're one of our youngest competitors. So being here with all of your idols today, that has to be exciting. You know, when you told your family that you were coming here to compete at the Fortnite Creative World Cup, what did they say?
They were just super happy for me, and really excited.
Do you want to keep competing in these massive Fortnite events? Do you love this? And finally, down here at the end. Now, again, all of this diversity is incredible. Now, you're here just essentially to compete at this event, but not only for that, but you're representing your country. So how does that feel? Is that a lot of pressure?
Yeah, there is a lot of pressure, and it feels amazing, even though there's a pressure. It's great.
Well, you guys are doing great. Best of luck to you. Remixes. Throw it right back over to the
You are not lying. They are adorable. They're all so happy to be here. You love to see it. Man, the first again. That 623 last set of that match there. Again, though, 6 different teams, all with 30 points. What does that mean for the standings?
That means basically it's anybody's game. Right? That just means anybody can take this because everybody really shaking up from top to bottom. Except maybe Revenge, Funky Fighters, Fishman, all these guys. Good opportunity here, but still, anybody's doing just like that.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, we have things like Raven's Revenge, right? They had fast. They were 29 in their first game at 29 points, in first. Well, and then they managed to take 6 time. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the that we kind of watch over the course of the game. This one specifically is coming out of the Sunshine Soldiers. They did, in fact, last match here. But again, just look at the precision again. The leap of faith. You know, it's crazy because, like, in just looking at it, you're like, that doesn't seem so bad, but the precision jumps you need to make.
Maneuver yourself through that. He actually made that in one hop. Everybody else was stopping before that. He
Beautiful game. Come on, get to the shape.
Reactions there in the background from that team. Absolutely incredible performance to come out on top in that one. Just perfect execution on that last one.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when these precision jumps, these tight jumps like the one around the wall that
you
can see. You just have to know in your head, I know where I'm going to land when I come around this corner because it's not something you have eyes on. Once he's been able to do it, it's like, okay, I know the jump that I need to make every single time. So ladies and gentlemen, you guys got to get ready because we're coming down here to the wire. We are very close to knowing who are the set winners from the World Run. Everyone gave it their all. Man, did they show up huge? I'm not disappointed. That was so much fun to watch, especially coming off of Sky and Junkyard Juke to this. There's 3 almost completely different
Nej, kunde ikke. Han drar andre og stoler. Han står der. Du kan drepe ham til det.
All the teams who did compete and play in the World Cup qualified for here ended up going off really well. Obviously, the Fishman with Scissors and company, they had probably one of the most difficult elimination runs ever. So clutch to be able to perform here. I think we have the standings. I think we have the winners of the set. It's going to be Fishman!
Congratulations to the Fish fam, look at them. They just want to get back in. They're not even ready to celebrate. They are the winners. They're on the world run, and there he is. Fish Stick is walking out with us, ready to present his team. Coveted. Look at this thing. It's so shiny. All right, I'm going to go down there and steal. I mean, anyway, there you are. The Fish fam are being presented with the They're like, yeah, baby, let's go. We got that.
That's ours. Well, congratulations, guys. There's the Silver Llama for them. But all focus is on to the next matches. We've got a couple more to go, and it's not over yet. We've got your remixes coming up next. We've got your golden games.
Hold on, let's take a look at the standings, I think, first. After the last set, look at this. Fish fam come out on top. Going on a tiebreaker, they're the ones that are victorious, and they walk away with the Silver Llama. But the Ravens Revenge, man, they're putting in a lot of work. They're also getting themselves some prizes as well. Sunshine Soldiers there in there, and then the list goes on again. Keep an eye on those Silver Llamas. These are the guys that are in contention for that final prize pool. Now, if you're one of these teams with the Silver Llamas, you need to secure the Gold Llama, because that is going to come. That's going to be the ultimate tiebreaker. If your team has that Gold Llama, you walk away with the win, especially because it's kind of divvied up amongst other teams.
Yeah, the Golden Llama being that ultimate tiebreaker. So the next team to claim it, the first team to claim it, as we see the Fish fam with their Silver Llama. The first team, the only team to claim the Golden Llama is going to walk away as the champions here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you kind of teased it a little bit. What are these remixes kind of talking about, you know? What does that mean for games? We got you guys covered. We're going to break it all down for you. So, remixes. We're basically going to go back through and play. There's going to be something different about them. So starting with Sky Station, the remix for that is that all players, it's not just your sword bearer. That is going to be playing a big factor. We've also upped up to 3. All of you also got jumped. Talk about that one.
Absolutely. In Junkyard Juke, we're going to be playing it again, but you can only use large props. So it might look a little bit silly, but what it means is that it's going to be all the more difficult to score. But at the same time, each large prop is worth 10, so we're not going to see those, you know, small increments between each other. So leads can get large, or they can just stay very small. So difficult.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, we're going to hit the world run one more time. But the remix is do not respawn. That's right. They're going to have one life.
Brutal. That is so hard. We saw how many people struggle, even, you know, to get past that first couple obstacles. So difficult. If they have one life, it's going to be so difficult. But we are going to be hopping into the first game of the Golden Games. It's Sky Station Showdown with a remix that everybody can earn points. Here we go.
Vi må bli bedre på aimen
If you're hanging out at the stadium, we've got 3, 2, 1. And the remix of Sky Station Showdown is underway. 15 minutes counting down. So don't forget, we have a new cap that is 3,000. And the remix is that anyone or the team can accrue points. This also stacks, by the way. So if you and your squad are sitting on a point, you're getting 3 points per person per second. So what does that mean? Will that mean players try to push points and lock them down? What will that mean for that center point at 7 minutes that opens up? We'll have to see as the game goes on, man.
We'll have to recall all the different strategies that these teams have.
Same
thing with the Little Whip Warriors. Same thing with also the Cuddle Crew. But we also had the Llama Record Company all trying to buy and really push for that center point when it opened up. Right now, the initial control point fights are going to Sunshine Soldiers have gotten one, and the Funky Fighters as well, but not before getting contested. Here's all the second wave.
And Blood going in to start swinging the sword. Can he chop them up? Danyan instead says not the You have all been eliminated. He's going to shut down one there as well. Ben's going to be shut down. And you got the Llama Record Company like, hey, what's going on up here? Nope, Danyan is prepared. She heard the DJ scratches.
Also, stacked. So all 4 players are able stay inside the points. So you'll see at sometimes 12 points at a time going through for a team if all 4 members of their squad.
Ja, det är det IO övde på. Men du sa att det inte fick det.
Eliminated. So this is going to drastically change the way you approach these things, right? For assault another team, especially if you can get that surprise angle. If you eliminate all of them, you by yourself can actually lock down that point for any amount of time for racking up points. So you can look to contest, you can look to leave a team behind, break up into groups. There's so many different things, so many different variables to keep in mind as we move through this.
Already some innovation here from the Llama Record Company and a couple of other teams. They're hiding a couple people inside of cones.
But I think
in this mode it might be more viable to just stay and all fight at the same time, nobody hiding at all. And we'll see too. It kind of lends a little bit more credence to the strategy that people were employing in the first set of games when they first played the Sky Station Showdown. They have somebody go off and try to clear this time they managed to clear out to be accrued on both sides.
Yeah, and that's going to make a massive difference. Like, let's take a look at Raven's Revenge. They are sitting on 564 points, double of Little Whip Warriors, but they're still racking up the points right now. Ninja going to go ahead and slap Chappie back. The Island Butaka here wants a cut of the action. It's not enough, but look at Magma also jumping into the fray. He needs to get out of there, or he's going to be eliminated. Use the walls. I like this, but you do not have the HP to try and make this work. A 25. He drops Magma down based on that little jump, and look at this. Magma's like, no, friend.
Kaz comes in the back. Oh, at the same time, another player comes through and Ninja goes down. The Raven's Revenge are holding on all corners. I don't see them controlling any one single point. Into the cuddle crew now in second place. They're in a battle with the Funky Fighters. This is important for everybody. The Fish Fam joining the fray as well. I think the Fish Fam may have overrun. Their school of fish are taking out the Funky Fighters at last, but no, Suzu gets taken out too. The color crew's going to abandon the point. Maybe come right back. Suzu finally does control.
A brief moment, but not too long later, Tamoya says, hello, I would like the red point, please. Now we've got the Fish Fam over here. Suzu's by himself. He's got a bunch of eliminations. The ball of the Cuddle Crew is coming up. They're trying to wreck him. He picks off Sandy, but unfortunately he does fall as well.
At the same time. Just joining us here, don't forget we did increase the score limit up to 3,000, so if you're wondering, the Raven's Revenge still got a ways to go, even though they are in the lead as it stands. I'm also keeping my eye out on the They're down at 300-ish points. Claim 300 right now. And what they do, they always wait until the last moment.
Nej, ikke vinner du, nei. Fordi ikke i hvert fall ikke mot meg, du kan gjøre det mot andre som dårlig.
Very strong because in the first couple of games, as the Fish Fam
nei, for da i hvert fall.
The first couple of games, they just controlled it. Every single person was on that D point at the same time. They built their entire base out at the perfect moment. They were waiting for the time to pounce on that last point. Still 2 minutes until that starts to spawn.
Gonna launch the Little Whip Warrior. He is in fact gonna shut down Taco. This crossway Magma gets picked off, and the Little Whip Warriors are back on the green point. Dude, I'm very curious to see what happens when that middle point opens up, because don't forget it's 12 points per player of your squad on that point if you're uncontested. So you can very well see it in the moment that's ready. We're just gonna try and get a influx of like.
Nej, det är low. Eller du missade lite.
It happened every single second down there. It's gonna next you back, so it has to put to an end immediately. This point right here keeps getting under contention by Funky Fighters, and of course the Color Crew. They're not fighting at the same time. One team ends up coming out on top, but then it all happens again. So maybe some timing issues here in terms of synchronizing the push on this point specifically.
Yeah, I mean, this gets way more hectic. Duos, if you will, and trying to shut everyone down, but that's really far.
It kind of breaks down too when everybody can score, because there's so much that more important. If you're by yourself to stay on the point, in the previous iterations, if you're by yourself, you get off the point because you can't even score.
Now you have to stick around. Look
scissors, but does fall as well. Now Clytex is trying to get back into the fray. And now don't forget, they have a limited number of builds, about 100. But right now, bring your attention left and right, trying to eliminate as many players as you possibly can. This remix is shaking the very foundation of this mode. Clytex goes in, he's going to start trying to take it down. Not go his way, though.
This is what I'm talking about. Finally, the Fish fan control this point. Kind of threw it. Funky Fighters were fighting for so hard. And they control it with all 4 players, so you can see their score rising significantly every second there at the same time. Now the record company with an evenly timed finish as well, but Rubius Chicken Champions take out 1, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think the Llama Record no, they don't.
Or do they? That is the question. It looks like the answer is no, as the Chicken Champions are rolling in on the Sunshine Soldiers. Attacks are going left and right, but Danyan is just it's not falling. Just keeps eliminating left and right. Getting
the timing of that push from that took out the Llama Record Company might have actually worked out in their favor because they're all going to respawn together. 5 seconds for this D point to spawn. You can already see they're hunting. End of Blood, Rubius, Carnifex, they're all going for it because they know the importance. If they can all stand in there at the same time, all the impulses go through before anybody can even build a base, build some protection against them. It's pure chaos down here on the D point.
You know, if you're another team on the outside looking in, and all these players are just jumping in toward that center point, you do what Gotaga's doing. Let them all fight it out. Let's just sit on the point. No one's paying attention to the fact that we're about halfway through what we need to win. Let them all fight it out. Don't make any sudden moves, right? Don't be the distraction to have someone go, oh wait, there is a point up there. That's the we need to go get those guys.
I love what they did just there. They forced the 1 player there, but hold on, the Funky Fighters are all in. They have a base. There's no impulse. They are climbing the leaderboard hard. They're at 3rd right now. They're going to overtake it. It just does not get shut down. Soon the Ravens Revenge may have trouble losing.
And look at this, Llama Record Company, Hand of Blood, is trying his hand and slaying these players, but it does not go his way as Tamoya comes in. No Llama Record Company, they stay strong. Scissor says, no, friends, this is not allowed. You cannot continue to do this. Clytex also wants in on this as well, and Scissors meets an untimely end.
Meanwhile, the Ravens Revenge have not stopped climbing points. If they have 3 it's about even to 1 player onto that D point. So just continuing to stay there. Finally, the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, and crew are going to clean that up and put an end to it just before they hit 2,000. But on the other side, Chicken Champions are looming. They have 4 players on a single point, not the mega point in the center. See what's going on with them. They're all lurking. I don't think anybody really is too worried about them, but all 4 players here, it could all of a sudden become a nuisance.
Back down on that center point, you got Hand of Blood trying his hand again. Did not go his way. Kotu is here though for the Funky Fighters. He was able to grab a small amount of points. Every little point you can gather is going to make a difference going in the end. And look at Taga and ready to come back with the point. For the moment, chaos is down, just breaking out down in the center corner right now, Bala.
Literally every single sword bearer and almost every single player here from the Llama Record Company is using those tactical shotguns and getting in. But again, the Ravens Revenge are on point with 4 players, just shooting down, throwing impulses where they can, and just making sure they're accruing all those points. Meanwhile, the D point, nobody has gotten anywhere since the Funky Fighters were left there for so long. It all depends how this all unfolds. Hold on, they're trying to get a base. I think they might finally break through. No, they lose and trade off evenly every single time.
4 minutes left on that timer, and Bala, these guys have been uncontested. It's just now that the Little Whip Warriors want to try and make the push. But look at Gotaga. He's literally just slicing through all these ice cream cones. I was going to try and say hot knife through butter, but this doesn't quite work that way.
It's crazy how nobody except the Little Whip Warriors are trying to contest the Ravens Revenge right now. They are sitting on the point by themselves with 4. But again, the Funky Fighters in the center with 4 players. They are not even making any noise. They're not showing that there's anybody there. They are rising so fast. Finally, 4 Turtle comes in, he spots them out, but that's not going to be enough. They shut him down immediately. They're still on the point.
They need to spot this up. They need to bunker down. Look at this. They just overtook the first spot. Someone needs to do something about this.
Just spam suaalo. Just spam suaalo.
The win here on Sky Station Showdown, the first match of the Golden Games, and that is a huge victory leading into the rest of these.
Just unbelievable. For so long, Gotaga and Raven's Revenge sat on the green point uncontested. And then for a moment, everyone forgets about the center point, and that's enough for all 4 members of the Funky Fighters to stand on the point and just rise above everyone else. And by the time everyone could kind of figure out what was going on, it was too late. They stole away the first golden game.
Ridiculous that nobody was able to spot that. Like 14 to say, okay, guys, they're all on the point. Everybody start doing everything you can to stop them because he saw all 4 members. They went from less than 1,000 once the D point was out to all the way up to win. Who else can be very close? Second, Raven's Revenge. Third, we'll be able to find out in a bit with the standings, but just an unbelievable performance there from the fighters to realize exactly what must be done. They completely boxed up that entire deep point.
Yeah, uncontested. That's it for the first of 3 golden games. And for the Funky Fighters, they secure that win. But for now, let's send it back over to Pookie. She's standing by with the winners. Pookie, down to you.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I am down here with the Funky Fighters. Another victory. I feel like I've been
Kaya dito
all
creative.
day, but how did you find that remix game? Because those rules were a little bit different than what you were used to. So what was your strategy going into that one?
I mean, everything was so
unexpected.
We were last and we came first because we got the middle.
Bara spal read creative
the point system, because every player gets points. So good. Like, so exciting.
So exciting. Now, Raven's Revenge was in first place for most of that match. You guys knew that you had to come up from behind, which you absolutely did, but I kind of want to talk a little bit about how there are 3 teams tied right now for first place, and the winners of this set will be taking home that additional $1 million of prizes. So I don't want to put too much pressure on you guys. What's your strategy going into the next game? Are you going to stay the same? Are you going to change things up? Are you going to go for the middle again?
Probably. Yeah, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and as long as it works, we're just gonna keep it up.
For sure. Sounds like a great strategy. Finally over here to you. When you heard that there was a remix kind of blind side come in, what was your first reaction to hearing that?
Yellow. Go to yellow circle and win.
Just win. I love it. It's so easy. It's such a great concept. You know, we talk about it all day, all of these things we break down, but at the end of the day, you just gotta win. Back to you guys at the desk.
With the most insightful knowledge you'll ever need in your entire life. It doesn't matter. You can just win.
Just win.
I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. You're winning. I'm trying.
We're all winning here at the World Cup.
We all are, in fact. But so are these players that have taken the stage. Now, don't forget, those llamas are going to be playing a big factor in how the final. Perfectly, actually. Right now, there's a 3-way tie.
Yep.
All right, and that's something we should take a look at. So, Funky Fighters, Fishman, and the Chicken Champions all have that silver llama. Now, don't forget, every single match that part's awesome. But man, that extra $1 million prize pool at the end will be huge. So either the Funky Fighters, Fishman, or Chicken Champions need to win that golden llama for one of them to win, or if you're on the outside looking in, you just want that gold llama. Because if you win that llama, that means you and your team actually win that pot.
Yep. You win the $1 million final prize. On the line right now. They shake up in December. So to keep an eye on the fighters. Good first lead is not enough. We've seen it. Matches of the set. If you win the first game, don't forget through all the way. So, good performance into the next game, which is the Junkyard Juke, and then into the next game too, which is the World Run.
That's right.
They're all golden. All the golden games.
All the golden games. Not the golden boys, just the golden games. I love you, buddy. Now, don't forget, if you guys are watching and maybe this is the first time you're tuning in, don't forget you can watch also at Fortnite.com/watch. If you're watching in-game, you can do that as well. If you go to Fortnite.com/watch, you can actually kind of hone in on a specific team. There's 10 different feeds to take a look at, and you can say, like, you know what? I'm all about the Fish fam. I'm just going to watch their perspective. You can do that. Head on over to Fortnite.com/watch. Take a look. Here are a breakdown of your feed.
An incredible relationship. I love to and just unbelievable, seriously. To see all the different POVs, to see the first and second place POVs, and then also to be able to pick who you want to watch. You can watch Lockwood. You can watch Kotaga in feed 4. So just go check it out. It's amazing.
Okay, guys, you're 1/3 of the way through the Golden Games. First one, Sky Station Showdown. The funky power in back. Now we move on to the second. And that is... And don't forget, the real 10-point drop.
Only the large ones. You can't go with the, little crowbar. You can't go with the wood planks. You can't go with any of that. And there's one of the prizes for the teams that won before. We've got 10 seconds until the game launches. Zeke, the second game of our Golden Games here, guys. It's time.
2, 1, the game begins. Now, just a refresher. We can only be 10-point props. So let's break down what these 10-point props are. By the way, there's no snow anywhere else on the map. With the gold bomb on top. That sticks out like a sore thumb. A giant gnome. Well, I mean, it kind of blends in depending on where you stand. If you hide something blue, you can make that happen. A giant teddy bear. You've got the target. You've got the rusted out car. I mean, you've also got the giant dumpster. So, as you kind of scan your eyes across the map, you can see things like the dumpster, the rusted out car, the target. These are things that could be... Whoa. All right, Kaz. All right, this guy is, guys, got the eyes of a hawk. But these props are going to be, they're going to stick out like sore thumbs, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yep. Ooh, Kaz. Awesome. Scissors was there. He's finding everybody right now. Good vision. And it is interesting. You got to make sure you know who the guards are at the beginning of this. It's the Little Whip Warriors on the bottom level. They're clearing out the house right now. They're making sure nobody is approaching. Only 4 teams have scored right now.
Trying to find people there. There was definitely someone back there there's not supposed to be 3 trucks back there, I don't think. But in playing this, the best way to kind of go about this is every time those lines come up, you want to instant reload right then on the spot. Yes, you can try to make blind fires. Unless you're certain, you're like, no, I know where my crosshair is. That's a player. Take the shot. Absolutely. So when those blinds come up, you want to reload. You want to have as many shots as possible before that next wave comes back up, right?